Ready to deploy, had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy, okay. Leroy Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, man. Till then, his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm alive by the molding. No proof, like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star, like another city, the driver's like Florida. Gucci get large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar, 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Hands up as ever, and cute as could be, you can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch, this one time for the text, this one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Happy Thursday here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Donno in for Tobin today. We got Leroy. We got Vlad back in the building. We got JFig. The double game night tonight, Leroy. Miami Dolphins in action, looking for their second straight win, third win on the season tonight if they can get it against a Baltimore Ravens team who seems to have everybody healthy now, including Lamar Jackson, who is going to go tonight on Thursday Night Football. You got the Heat in action against Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs. So our dance cards are going to be full tonight, Leroy. We're going to be watching pretty much everyone in action tonight.
Yeah. The thing is here's what sucks about the football game tonight. This could very well be one of those games where it's a low-scoring game and it's a tickle fight, right? And everybody's going to get frustrated and just turn on the heat, right? And I get frustrated with that because you can only win the game that's played that day. And whatever that game is, you have to do what you can to win it. It may be ugly, it may be high scoring, it may be low scoring. Field goals may be a premium. And these are all things you got to feel out as the game is going on. And so, you know, it's one of the things I get on college coaches about is everybody thinks they're putting their, you know, their cojones on the table by going for it on fourth down, when sometimes the 3 points is more important than you showing how tough you are, right? Yeah. You got to feel that. You got to feel that moment. And sometimes I think we miss those moments. Do I go up by 9? Do I go up by 10? Or do I, you know, go for it on fourth down? You know, these are all things you got to, and
we know Mike McDaniel loves to go for it on fourth down. Loves it.
Well,
oh, can you not hear me? I said, you know, Mike McDaniel loves to go for it on fourth down. Oh, we'll get that cleared away in a second. I can't hear Leroy. Leroy can't hear me. Well, you know what? Let's get into some headlines, my friends. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at doralkia.com.
Is that better?
Mentioned you got double action tonight. Can you hear me now, Leroy?
Yeah.
So we're getting into the headlines here. Got double action tonight, 8:15 p.m. Your Miami Dolphins at 2-6, hosting the 2-5 Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites on the road. Lamar Jackson will give it a go. He will play tonight after missing this past week due to injury. Miami Heat will take on Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs tonight on the road, 8:30 p.m. Spurs are 5.5-point favorites, one of the top teams in the NBA right now. Saturday, you've got the SMU Mustangs hosting your number 10 Miami Hurricanes at high noon in Dallas. Miami up to now an 11.5-point favorite against SMU. SMU is a banged-up team. But let's get a little bit more, Leroy. We were talking about this Dolphins game tonight. You know, certainly, and it's a little tricky with the Ravens because a lot of, like, their season stats are not that reliable because they've gotten so many defensive players back from injury.
Right.
But on the year, Baltimore is 29th in the league in quarterback pressures. So like that, you know,
that ain't gonna
that
change.
number maybe based on a couple weeks ago would say, hey, maybe Tua's going to have a clean pocket tonight, but now I'm not so sure.
Here's what was missing with them. They're not going to get pressure with the front four, right?
Yeah.
But by getting one of their safeties back or trading for a safety, it allows, who's their safety? Who's their main guy? the safety.
Kyle Hamilton.
It allows him to move around, right? And he is, believe it or not, the guy all over the field that gets pressure on the quarterback. Right. So as in weeks past, the reason why they really didn't get any pressure was because they had to play him more at safety because they didn't have another safety. Now they have another safety. They can move him around kind of like that Troy Polamalu type thing, right? All over the place. So there's that. Now, what I would say is I still don't know how much of an impact that's going to have if you're not getting pressure with those front four.
Right.
You see what I mean? And are you going to be comfortable with, say, when the Dolphins go 2-back set and put Achane in the slot? So now you're going to bring that other safety down, or you're going to move Kyle outside on Achane. Now I'm running the ball with my big back. You see what I mean? So
yes,
there's a lot of different ways. I'm thinking right away, oh, Kyle Hamilton's back. They're going to try to do, okay, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to make you identify your defense by how I go into the game. So if I go in with a extra lineman and 2 backs, and then I go spread, and then I got the extra offensive lineman with the big back with Achane in the slot, who you going to cover Achane with? Are you going to bring another safety down? Because if you bring another safety down and you still rush Kyle Hamilton, right? Now you got a secondary that's wide open for fast guys to be running all around. So there's a lot of things that can be done just based on what we saw last week. And I hope, like, I've always been pretty good at offensive football, but I hope that I'm not the smartest guy at this, right?
I mean, if you are, you should be a head coach somewhere.
I literally hate watching a game and have solutions watching a game that the person getting paid millions for doesn't have.
Yeah.
You see? So I get frustrated because I can see where to go with that, right? I can see how to adjust that, right? I'm still waiting for, you know what I'm waiting for? You know how they motion the guy out and he blocks, he kicks out, and then they run the little bubble screen? We used to have a play when I was in Cleveland, way back when, because I was that guy. And you know what we did one time? Slip that guy and run him up the sideline.
Oh, I like that.
I was running by myself because they were getting ready to go get the guy, the quick screen guy. They were trying to elude my block, and I just let him go and just go up the sideline. And they go, uh-oh. So now the next time you do it, now what are they doing? Now they're sitting back. They're sitting back a little bit because they don't want you to slip them. And then you block them. Keep them on skates. So I'm going to be real interested to see how this game starts, right? I like the one thing that Mike McDaniel does, and I don't know why more coaches don't do this. If you're struggling defensively, don't defer to the second half. It usually means you're going to be down.
Yeah, everybody loves to get that middle 8, though. They love the opportunity. Whether you actually get it or not, you love the opportunity to have the ball.
1-6. You ain't been doing good.
I don't know, but there's nothing gets me more excited. As a football fan, nothing gets me more excited when we have the ball at the end of the second quarter and score, and then you're like, you know what's happening? We're receiving that second half kickoff. We could score 14 straight points. Nothing gives me more goosies than that.
I understand that, but here's what I would say. If your defense is struggling, you want time of possession. You want the ball as much as possible.
Yeah.
And you know how you take advantage of time of possession? You get the ball first. Now, the great thing about the Dolphins is that first drive has been pretty pretty damn good.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
So, like, let's go ahead on and try to get the lead. Let's give our defense a little something to work with. So, like, I'm glad they do it. Like, again, you got to play the game. And stop looking at a book and say, this is what we should do. You got to know your damn team. Like, do I want to put my defense out there first? Let's be clear. Let's be honest.
No,
they didn't give
that's
up
a fair point.
The season started. They didn't give up a punt in 11 quarters, and you deferring?
The defense played well last week, though, against the
last week. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you ain't give up a punt in 11 quarters, I'm not putting the other offense on the field if I don't have to.
All right, well, so you're saying no matter what happens with the coin toss tonight, the Dolphins are probably getting the ball first because if they win the toss,
Correct.
McDaniel's going to take the ball. If they lose the toss, Baltimore's going to defer. So we're going to see the Dolphins offense first tonight.
Correct.
By the way, people are asking about the jerseys. I'm pretty sure they're wearing the rivalry jersey again tonight, like the black one with the blue numbers. Is what I think they're doing again for Thursday Night Football.
Are they? Those are blue, by the way.
Those are blue? They look black.
I know. But they're, what do they call it, midnight blue?
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do call them midnight. But it's like I'm looking at a picture of them right now. Like, it's black. I got to get my eyes checked, I guess, because they look black to me.
I guess you got to be right up on top of them.
Yeah.
Which is black, bro.
Thank you, Vlad. Midnight blue, I guess. But wouldn't you rather – you'd rather wear the throwbacks
you have
tonight.
To put midnight. Just, like you put midnight, everybody's thinking it's dark. It's black already. So what do you put in the blue makes no sense.
Just either make it blue or make it black.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want a shade of blue that's so blue you think it's black. That defeats the purpose.
Yeah, like I'm looking at
But I'm wondering if you're up on them, I should have asked Joe. If you're close to them, can you tell they're blue?
They look black.
Okay.
Yeah, they do look black. Like, I don't see any blue in it. I'm staring at a picture of it. There's no blue in there.
Go to every home game.
Right.
I get the sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'm you know what I'm like, I know it's tough for players sometimes. And keep in mind I was in the Big Ten, so I was used to it. I love a good early game.
Oh,
I love
same.
an early game. I'm
so happy. The Miami Hurricanes game is at noon. I'm thrilled.
We used to play Minnesota at 11, Iowa at 11, and we get back and it still be daylight. Back to Michigan. Still be daylight. It's awesome.
How much daylight is there in Michigan in the fall and winter? Come on.
No, and when you play early in the season.
I mean, the sun is setting by 3:45.
No, that's only daylight savings. That's not during like a month ago when the season started. No, you get daylight till 8:30.
That's like September, Leroy. I'm talking about we're in the fall now. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about now.
I was telling the story when I played, right? And I think
of course, early in the season when you play an early game, you're gonna get back early. There's gonna be Sunday.
Not now, especially with the time getting ready to change. Time changed this weekend.
Oh, it's this weekend?
Yeah. And guess what? And guess what? The Dolphins don't play on Sunday. They ain't gonna lose that hour.
That's right.
Everybody else
lose the hour tonight when we lose to the Ravens.
That's why you hope you play. That's why you hope you play the late game when daylight savings is.
By the way, you see,
why you guys are outside? Still, is there a curfew by that time?
What? No, you still lose an hour sleep, Vlad.
Curfew?
You still lose an hour into your routine. Like I used to have a routine. I get up at 6 a.m, go to the gym, right? Get a little warm up in, stretch, right? Then go home, take a shower, get my clothes on, and then go to the stadium. When you lose that hour, it messes with your schedule.
But didn't I already tell you yesterday, Leroy, that I do not approve of daylight savings? I do not approve of time zones.
Time change. Yeah.
Time change. It's ridiculous.
So now you want it to be 10:16 in LA.
Yes, sir. It should be.
But the people that work in the markets, they start at 6. in the morning.
Which you're just making my point for me, because they're already having to adapt to the one true time zone that is the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So we might as well make it official over there. But you know what we will make official? Let's get to our weather report, which is sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Weather especially important for today, since the Dolphins will be hosting a Thursday night game tonight. I'm looking, Leroy, at 0 rain today.
I see
it's
it.
going to clear skies throughout the evening tonight after the Dolphins kick off around 8:15. 72 degrees at the moment with a low of 67 tonight. Mostly sunny skies right now, clear skies throughout the evening. So it's going to be lovely football weather tonight.
Lovely, lovely football weather. Beautiful tailgate weather. This is about as perfect conditions you could get for a football game. Could be a little cooler, right? But as far as humidity, there's no excuses. This is going to be an awesome day of football.
By the way, we gain an hour this weekend, not lose an hour.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what Leroy's talking about.
Forward, gain an hour. That's right. No.
Yeah. No, it's fall back.
Fall back. You
Fall
lose
back.
an hour.
No, you gain an hour, don't you? Because the
At
hour
1
goes
o'clock.
back, so you
At
get
1 o'clock. Wait, I got it.
18
At 1
right
o'clock.
now.
At
It's
1
gonna be
o'clock.
9:18.
At 1 o'clock, it becomes 12 o'clock again.
So
All
you
right.
gain
Yeah.
an hour.
You gain an hour.
Yeah. We're doing math. We're doing time zones. Let's talk a little Heat basketball, because the Heat are going to go head-to-head with Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs. We'll get to that and so much more when we come back. Tobin and Leroy Show, FM 104.3 WQAM. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show here on 104.3 WQAM. Hey, on the Odyssey app, you can get your Dolphins news and Canes news. We've also got the latest on the NFL and college football. Heat and Panthers underway, too. Do not miss a thing. Download the Odyssey app on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps and make Tobin and Leroy your favorite show. All right, Leroy, you mentioned the possibility that if things don't go so well for the Miami Dolphins, we can flip over to the Miami Heat in San Antonio. That game's going to start at 8:30 tonight. Heat are expectedly underdogs. Spurs are 4-0. Wemby is playing at a really, really high level. I'm hoping the Heat's fast pace of play will get to the rim before Wemby has a chance to block the shots tonight. Norm Powell is still day to day. Tyler Hero is obviously out again tonight for the Heat. But, man, I would love to see – this is going to be a big test, Leroy, biggest test since that Orlando opener and an even bigger test since the Orlando opener. Hopefully the Heat can keep it going tonight and keep the offense rolling.
Is that not the most unstoppable human being in sports right now?
The only thing that can stop him are the injuries that come with being a human being that size. Like that's like the only thing that can stop him.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes him unstoppable.
His own body is the only thing that can stop him.
Right. It's just like, okay, who you going to put on him if he does a fadeaway? He shoots 3-pointers like free throws because he's so tall.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not to mention he has the ball skills and he's good around the rim, right? So, like, yeah. And he can do whatever he needs without jumping 5 inches off the ground.
Right.
So, like, yeah, it's and it's weird because when you say freak of nature, you're usually just thinking about his size. But what makes him a freak of nature is all the stuff he can do with the basketball.
Yeah.
Not just his height.
Is he the next face of the NBA? Like, do you think he's going to live up to that billing of being the next generation's LeBron or whoever you want to compare him to?
Here's the thing. I would say no from this aspect. When we think of face of the NBA, we don't necessarily think best player. We're thinking about when a guy is on TV, when a guy is in a commercial, when a guy is being interviewed, you want to hear what he has to say. And to your
point, like there were years when Tim Duncan was arguably the best player in the league, but not the face of the league. Never the face of the league.
Exactly.
He was so boring.
When I think of the face of the league, I'm thinking of SGA.
Yeah.
Right? I'm thinking of Ant-Man. Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the only reason why I say SGA first, he just won a chip and he's young.
Yeah.
Now, if Ant-Man and SGA go at it, right, and that becomes a thing, it could very well be Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man has more of a personality, right?
Yeah. He does, for sure.
But there's a lot of great players in the NBA that don't really have that charisma that would make them the face. You see what I'm saying? It's like KD. KD's a great basketball player. He can't be the face of the NBA.
No, he never had that charisma.
No, he doesn't have. No.
He's come close. Like there were times like KD was close, but also he could never really be the face of the league.
He's a bitter old man. He is petty.
But at one point he was a bitter young man, but he was a contemporary with LeBron James, so he could have never been the face of the league.
Right.
What do you mean? He could have been face of the league if he wanted. The pettiness is what's running through the league.
But that's not. But Vlad. In order to be the face of the league, it has to be you. It has to be who you are. Because guess what? If you fake it and try to be the face of the league, then we gonna call you a phony.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, isn't it what they call every face of the league?
Not necessarily.
They call LeBron phony.
They call LeBron phoney. They don't call SGA
some
phony.
people called MJ phony.
SGA's not the face of the league right now.
They don't call you. They didn't call. Well, they didn't say Jordan was a phony. They just said Jordan wasn't saying nothing about the issues and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess
Anytime
I
you're a face of
interpreted
the
that as
league-
people saying he was a phony.
Anytime you're a face of the league, somebody, the side that's against you, is always going to look at you as a fake,
So,
as a phony,
it-
or not being authentic.
So Vlad,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna give you 4 names. You tell me who would be the best face in the NBA. Wemby, SGA, Ant-Man, and give me one more.
You're giving me the. How can I give you?
Okay,
You're
hold on. I'm thinking.
Derek Brunson.
No, Jalen Brunson can't be the face of the
Jalen
Brunson,
Brunson.
sorry.
But I love him though.
Who could I go with?
Here's the thing, guys. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to play some type of what's the word I'm looking for? The face of the league's got to be American.
Oh,
You think so?
Does it?
Yes.
Does it?
Then
Yes.
that makes it Ant-Man then.
The face of the league has to be American.
That makes it
Because
Ant-Man.
Who's the foreign player that's come closest? Probably Dirk. He never got to face of the league, but
You
he
could
probably
be
came
best
closer.
player in the
Anybody else?
league.
I'm not
That's a
talking about best
difference.
player.
That's a difference. You could. The
Wemby
foreign
is probably
player-
the best player. Could be the best
or
player.
SGA could be the best player.
Right.
Jokic could. I mean, any of these, but face of the league is still.
What about Giannis? Could Giannis
Curry.
get there?
Face of the league. Giannis would have to win more, and he's not in commercials. You don't see Giannis out there. Unfortunately,
It's
It's
probably
his
better in
person-
commercials in Greece.
right.
It's not his personality though. He doesn't have that charisma. So right now, based on your
gotta be
criteria,
American.
it's got to be Ant-Man.
It would have to be Ant-Man, but
Okay.
he has too many off the field issues,
Right.
off the court issues. But
Right.
if he didn't have that, you see him.
So
on
who
the-
else? Who else
you
could we
see
go
him-
with?
you
Oh,
see
I
him
tell
on-
you who is sneakily most popular.
Is Melo.
Melo,
Right.
correct.
You don't see
Melo.
him with commercials, but you see
Yeah.
Ant-Man. You see Ant-Man Adidas commercials all the time.
Right.
They
Yeah.
are trying to push Ant-Man as the face of the league. He's been in movies with
Right.
Adam Sandler. They're trying to, but he's just got
Other stuff.
right, and he hasn't won a title yet.
Yeah.
That's it. Unfortunately, the face.
If
of the
he
league
win a
has to be
title,
American.
if he win a title and go on the late night circuit, then he's the face.
No, Giannis has personality on TikTok, but on commercials, you don't see him in commercials or anything like
Right.
that. His sneakers
But
aren't
you're right.
moving.
I can't necessarily disagree with that. It almost seems like face of the league has 2 faces, a European face and an American face, right? Because like when you see some of these players go, away from America, sometimes they go to a place where they are huge.
Right. But
Now,
if
it
you're
looks
trying
like
to talk about-
Giannis has done more commercials, I think, that we give him credit for. Maybe these weren't the most memorable ads, but Giannis has allegedly been in commercials for brands like Kohl's, Huggies, Nike, and Google Pixel. So I don't recall these ads, but apparently he's done ads in the States.
I might have seen
done
a
ads.
Nike gag, but Kohl's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
mean,
we're
who
Kohl's'
else can we
target
think of? Are we missing somebody though? I don't think we're missing. Wait,
Jokic, no.
I mean, Steph still could do it.
All right, you know what? The one guy that could be the
Steph.
face of the league. No,
Hmm.
Steph has been the face, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Right. He's been a
The
face.
one
yeah.
guy, the one foreign guy that can be the face of the league.
Luka?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he's in the market
Yeah.
and he's got the game.
Right. And then
flair.
the thing is about being on the West Coast, that's international, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah, like
Okay.
in the case of Wemby, like being in San Antonio, period,
Doesn't help.
doesn't that make it makes it harder to be the face of the league? I know that they've won championships there and stuff, but it's a small market
Vlad,
and you don't get the Hollywood.
What
you
if
get
I took
anywhere
Wemby and put him in New York?
else. Oof.
Well, then
Put him
you
in
got-
Miami.
Then you got
Miami's not like Miami is not a huge market like LA and New York.
They don't
Right?
force.
They've
They don't
had
force
success.
this market. Like they force New York and L.A. more than they force Miami. But Miami's like right there. I mean, you think about the Big Three era. That was
Good
that was marketing gold.
organization. As far as top organizations in the league, yes. But when you think about worldwide, like, yeah, New York and LA.
Mhm.
And I mean, and you could even say California, because what Steph has done, in the Bay Area
Here's what I'm gonna say.
was
Yeah.
If you have a superstar in certain markets, they'll look at you a little bit more. The fact with the Heat was Dwayne Wade became a superstar,
Correct.
and then you combine LeBron, and then you added a star in Chris Bosh, right? So
Right.
then
Yeah.
Miami had to be must-see TV. If Miami's good, they'll show them.
Right.
If the Lakers or Knicks are good, no matter what, they'll show them. Even if they're bad, they'll show them.
Even if they're bad, yeah.
good.
Even if the
Right.
Knicks and
They
Lakers
gonna
are bad,
take
they still
the
get
Knicks
talked
and
about.
LA gonna
Good.
take precedence over
Yeah.
everybody.
If
Yeah.
they're good, they're
Yeah.
gonna show them. If they have a superstar and they're really good, all day you're gonna see those teams. So there's like Leroy says, there's a level because of the market. If they're good, nobody knew who Jalen Brunson was gonna be. Now you
Right.
see him a lot, but
Yeah.
they were good. They added Jalen Brunson. Now you see the Knicks a lot. The Lakers were gonna be shown because LeBron was there, whether good or bad. You're gonna talk about LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat, they were good. Even with Jimmy, you had a guy like Jimmy. They weren't really showing you guys that much love. Tobin always says a story about
Right.
what game ESPN's broadcast, and they said
Oh yeah.
Boston and Cleveland, and they were like, figures. And they were playing the Knicks that's a rivalry game, but Boston took more precedence than the Heat.
Do
So that's
we?
what it is.
So what? You know who we forgetting?
Who?
That you brought up, Boston. He's not playing this year.
He's not a face of the league. He wants to be, but
He wa-
No,
he
They
bets.
try. Wait,
He
Yeah.
bets for
is
it.
there any other person
He bets for it.
wait, Vlad? Here's what's crazy. Is there anybody that they have tried to force more to be the face of the league?
I don't think they tried to force. I think he's complaining that nobody's trying to.
Oh,
Exactly.
he's complaining.
that
He's complaining because
he's
they're
the
not
one.
forcing it enough.
They're not forcing him enough. He's the one that's complaining that they're not forcing him enough.
Right.
The league is just like, man.
I ain't gonna lie. His sidekick and running mate is probably happy because he
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
I get to ball right now.
You see with
for
that
sure.
shoe shine on his head? You can't be, come on, man. My Knicks, OG's uniform is nice. That was a nice, clean white uniform. He goes and rubs his head on the man's jersey. There's a
Yep.
black smear on it. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Who's that? Who's the one that had Boozer?
Boozer.
he-
Boozer was the innovator. He was the first guy to do it with the shoe shine on the head.
Let me ask you this. How dumb are they? Don't you know if you sweat, that thing's going to,
And everybody knows, dude,
Yeah.
that we know that ain't hair.
we know,
Yeah,
first of
no,
all, it's
you
too
could
dark.
tell.
It's too
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
It's
gonna
too perfect.
smear. Why? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Remember,
Yeah.
Brian tried it. Didn't Brian do something like that? He
He
had.
did, and then I think eventually he got
Now,
like
I
a
think he sprayed
transplant.
some hair. Like you could spray like hair into your thing.
Oh,
but
I remember the late night commercials for the spray on hair, and I
Yeah, I
thought, oh,
think he
maybe
tried
I
to-
should try that, but it
No, dude. Hey,
doesn't work.
listen. If you ain't got hair on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, don't try to come up in
Wait
here
a
with
minute.
hair on Thursday.
No, wait a minute.
Hey,
Donno, you could pull a JJ Watt.
Woo! No,
Yeah.
no.
Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher.
Urlacher,
Urlacher
the king
was
of the transplant.
bald, and then came
Yeah.
back with luscious locks. We like, hold
Yeah.
on, dude. What's up?
Come on. You don't think you could pull it off, Donno?
I mean, if,
Well,
if
you always
somebody
wear a
wants
hat.
to foot the bill,
See, Donno,
those things don't
You
come
always
free.
wear a hat, so
Yeah.
nobody would even know.
Nobody
how
would even
bald
know.
you
I just
were.
one day I got a full head
Yeah.
of Urlacher, and
Ooh.
people were like, "Hey, what's going
Wow.
on?"
You go from
Me,
Alex Donno to Fabio Donno.
hey, soon as I sat in front of the camera, everybody be like, no, what?
No, hold on now, Leroy. Hold on.
What?
Prime's here. Prime was bald.
Yeah,
And then Prime
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you gradually just realize like Prime got here to the point you don't.
Yeah,
I almost forgot. he was
but
bald.
was it because he was bald or because
yeah.
he was?
He might have just been shaving it for so long.
No, he was bald. He went.
Yeah?
No. He
He had like the horseshoe.
Yeah. Now he went to Turkey.
No, we call that old Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, you leave the
Like-
dome open.
Yeah,
Down to look.
you look over top, you can see midfield.
Hold on. We got to hit a break before JFig starts yelling at me. I'm going to beat the JFig angry. The JFig anger, we're beating it. And all right, when we come back, Leroy's home state of Louisiana is not going to allow the LSU Athletic Director to hire their next head coach. You want to keep it right here. We are Tobin and Leroy. Donno in for Tobin on 104.3 WQAM. Welcome back into the Tobin and Leroy Show, FM 104.3 WQAM. Hey, the Miami Heat are offering fans value deals like a $60 pizza deal, which comes with 4 pizzas, chips, waters, and a $40 hot dog deal. 4 hot dogs, popcorn, drinks. Grab-and-go stands on the 400 level also have $3 sodas, $8 beers, and $3 snacks. Kids can enjoy $15 Bernie meals with a hot dog or chicken nuggets, a souvenir cup, fruit snacks, and a silicone bracelet. For information on food and beverage deals, visit CaseaCenter.com. So Leroy, I'm following all these coaching vacancies in college football. We talked a little bit yesterday about links. James Franklin possibly going to Virginia Tech, which would be huge for the Hokies. But there's some crazy shenanigans going on in Louisiana right now. Okay,
so listen, let me just say this.
Okay,
Vlad, I gave Vlad a little taste of Louisiana. Right?
What was that? Some crawfish?
It's not. I can't tell you. I can't talk about it. But I'm just telling you.
Okay,
Vlad.
It makes sense.
Vlad,
it makes
hearing
sense.
the stories that I told you,
it makes sense.
And now hear what Donno's saying. Are you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. But hearing the story you told me confirmed the why I knew that the governor said that. Here's how I look at it. We're talking about the SEC. I think some of these coaches are the highest paid
in the state. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because these are public schools, and this is taxpayer money that's contributing to this.
Right. So these buyouts of $30 to $50 million is a lot of money that the state's got to give to this guy.
Well, but here's the deal. A lot of times the boosters will do that just to get rid of the coach.
Right.
So it might not come from the state.
Right.
How about
so the situation in Louisiana
are elected officials.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So that's
So let me set the table for what's going on in Louisiana right now. Like Brian Kelly got canned, and they owe him $53 million. Right. The athletic director at LSU, Scott Woodward, was also previously the athletic director at Texas A&M, who hired Jimbo Fisher at that time to a record contract and then a record buyout when he was fired. And now you've got another near record buyout with Brian Kelly. And so Jeff Landry, the governor of Louisiana, has come out and bashed the LSU athletic director and has said, we are not going to allow Woodward to hire the next head coach. He says that LSU's board of supervisors, whose members are appointed to staggered 6-year terms by sitting governors, will form a search committee to find LSU's next head coach. And the governor said, my role is about the fiscal effect of firing a coach under a terrible contract. He said, all I care about is what the taxpayers are going to be on the hook for. He says, if big billionaires want to spend all that kind of money, no problem, he said, but I've got to go find $53 million. It's not going to be a pleasant conversation. So the governor of Louisiana is trying to neuter the athletic director.
He's not wrong, though.
No, he's not.
He's not wrong, though. You making a decision because your fans or whatever, you ain't on the hook for that $53 million. Somebody else is.
100%.
And now the person that's responsible for that $53 million say, hold up, player. Just because you getting a couple of boos, you can't put me on the hook for this $53 million. I'm surprised more people haven't done it.
I mean, then should you really be firing people if they're going 34-14?
I mean, here's the thing.
But depending on where he's
when
coaching,
you come to these schools and you demand $10 million a year, right? Like Brian Kelly did, right? And you talking about all the things you're gonna do, and you out in front of the media talking about winning a championship, and I'm going to LSU to win a championship, and now throw that record at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my family.
Right.
Coming to
now,
LSU.
do you see what I'm saying, Vlad? They ain't even been close.
No.
And so, from that standpoint, don't come up here with your chest out like you the best hire since, Nick Saban. Right? Which is what he made it sound like.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, yeah. Should he have been fired? Yes. But if I was the athletic director and I'm a state university, I would at least call the governor.
Yeah.
Before I make that decision and have a conversation with him.
Now, do you
Because
think
now, if you're the school, right, and you got all these appointed people by the governor on the board, who's to say they ain't gonna say, you know what? Let's get rid of this damn AD.
Right, exactly. They might as well. I mean, if you're not going to let the guy hire the next head coach, you might as well fire it.
That's why if you're the athletic director, you make that call first before you fire him, so everybody's on the same page. Now, here's the problem. You got non-sports people making sports decisions. And whenever you have that, how good is the sport?
Right.
Well, wait a minute. There is a rumor report. There's a report that the LSU is willing to give Miss Terry's husband.
Ed Orgeron?
No, Miss Terry.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
God, you think Miss Terry would give
Ed? Ed wants the job. Ed said if they want to bring me back, all I got to do is get in my truck.
That's why I said Ed Orgeron.
No.
Yeah.
I said Miss Terry because they want Nick Saban. And the amount of money they're willing to give him, he would be the first college coach to be making like $200 million. They say they're offering.
And I bet that's the one the governor would sign off on that. Like, I don't know if he would sign off on too many other big hires. He would sign off on that.
Let me get this straight. So the guy who's saying I need to do something to be fiscally sound is willing to spend 200 million on Nick Saban?
Well, I mean,
and honestly, and the reality, people want to forget this because Saban's been out of coaching for a couple years, and so you kind of simmer down on what happened at the end of his reign at Bama. Like, Saban made it very clear he does not like functioning in this era of college football with NIL and the transactional nature of it. That's why he left the sport.
Wait.
And now, I don't think that's a good use of $200 million. 5 years ago, yes. In 2025, no.
Hey, you hear what I'm saying, right?
No. How about this? What if I add another reason as to why you don't want this guy making that decision? He was the AD at Texas A&M when they hired Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's
exactly.
what
that's why the governor's so mad.
That's what
he's doing it in multiple different states. He's
holy smokes, dude! You cost people. You making a couple of $1 million a year, and you already cost two schools over $100 million.
He fleeced the state of Texas so bad he had to go to another state to try the racket over again. All right, that's it for the 10 o'clock hour. 11 a.m. hour coming up of the Tobin and Leroy Show. Donno in for Tobin on FM 104.3 WQAM.
Bentley driven and very strategic.
Welcome into the 11 a.m. hour of the Tobin and Leroy show. Donno in for Tobin today. We got Leroy, we got Vlad, we got JFig in the building. So, Leroy, I was careful today. I said 11 a.m. hour. Is there anything the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins can do tonight to earn his hour back for tomorrow's show? Can we give it to him if he plays well tonight?
It's not going to even. It is not here. It is not even on the docket until they get to 500.
Okay. So they got to win, what, 4 more games? 5 more games in a row?
No, I'm going to tell you this. No. Donno?
Yeah.
If they beat the Ravens and Buffalo Bills, it will be up for discussion.
That's what I'm saying. I probably won't be here for the shows that come after that next game, but I would love to. I will be tuning in that day.
That would be 3 in a row. That would be 3 wins in a row
against 2 playoff teams.
And then you win. Well, I don't know if the Ravens are playoff.
Well, no, they were playoff teams last year. We don't know what they're going to be this year.
But I'm just saying, you beat Lamar Jackson and you beat Josh Allen. So that's 2 big wins against 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks in the game. It might be up for discussion.
Let's not discount the streaky nature of this franchise. I mean, last season they were the first team in NFL history to have a 7-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak in the same year. So don't rule it out. Don't rule it out.
Nobody's ruling it out. We're just saying you just asked the question, when is it considered? Smith and Smoke said, bro, you know how old you got to be to say I was reading the TV? Because I said when they go, Donno just said that. And I was like, I was reading the TV, and that's when I just saw it. I wasn't really listening.
Was that the part about Coach O that he wants that?
Yeah.
LSU
No. It was the part about the AD or the athletic director doing Texas A&M.
I mean, if you're an athletic director and the governor of your state, when you work at a state institution and the governor is openly feuding with you, that's not a good sign for your job security. Like, that can't be a good feeling.
Especially when he appoints the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you're an AD and the governor says, I'm not going to let the AD of that school hire their next football coach. We're going to go around him with a board of people that I appoint.
No, you got to leave.
That's not a good sign.
You got to leave. You got to leave.
Yeah,
but then, you fighting fire with fire. So now you're going to fire the AD and pay him?
No, you got to.
You see what I'm saying?
That AD buyout doesn't slap the same way that the Brian Kelly buyout does.
You think there's an AD buyout?
Yeah.
I think there's an AD buyout.
And all severance, of that, if you sign a contract, right, and you get fired before you still owe the contract. That is for everybody except the players.
Right. Yeah, because the players, it's marketing deals, NIL, so it's not.
It's not even that. I'm talking about even in pro sports. Like if I'm playing for for example,
there's buyouts.
Tyreek Hill has no guaranteed money after this year.
Oh, in the NFL, maybe.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. He has no more. He has no more guarantee.
The
NBA has guaranteed money.
They got
So, but I'm saying in football, right? Tyreek Hill has that big contract he signed. He has no more guaranteed money after this year, which means they'll probably do something, renegotiate it or what have you. But if Mike McDaniel goes, he just signed an extension. He get all that money.
Yeah.
So like Tua, after next year, Tua has no more guaranteed money. So like while everybody talking about $50 million a year, he basically got a 3-year, $140 million contract.
So with that being said, if the season still goes, down the drain, you could draft yourself a quarterback. Just let him learn.
But Vlad,
and then,
Vlad, here's the problem.
This.
Here's the problem with that. The biggest problem with all that is this:
Fernando Mendoza.
That you have so many spots to fill. To draft the guy to sit doesn't make your team better.
Well, not maybe. Okay, hold on. You don't have to. He doesn't necessarily have to sit a whole year. You could let him just sit like 3-4 games.
But
Jackson Dart. You could do Russell and Jackson Dart.
Okay, but wait, why?
I think if you
Vlad,
get a new GM, though,
if you don't have the infrastructure around a quarterback Have you not seen all the young quarterbacks playing for different teams because they didn't have the infrastructure to be able to develop for a certain team?
Leroy, all right. Let me clarify this by saying I'm thinking there's going to be a new regime.
Okay.
Exactly. And if you have a new regime, they're going to want to get their quarterback.
But you're still with all the areas to fill. I get what you're saying. With all the needs that this team will have after the season, if you can get filled 2 or 3 needs or get a quarterback that's going to either sit or you're going to end up paying 2 quarterbacks $70 million, right? Are you helping your team or hurting your team?
You're setting the table for the future.
No.
Oh, you're not. If you're setting it, if you were setting the table for the future, you'd be getting the infrastructure around the quarterback so that when you draft a quarterback, he can play.
I'm going to get that quarterback.
Okay.
Now, this might not be the best year to get a quarterback,
okay.
so
but here's
maybe next year is better anyway.
With all the examples that we have of guys or teams or organizations that said, I'm going to go get that quarterback, and the quarterback end up doing terrible because you got nothing around him, we're still going to go that route?
But you got things around.
You don't have an offensive line.
I mean, you've never had an
They
offensive
played
line.
okay last week.
Oh, all right. Okay. Like
You've never had an offensive line when you were good.
Okay.
Jonah had his best game. Patrick Paul looks pretty good.
I know. I do believe these guys are going to get better. I'm not saying that. I said, but it's twofold. Tua has guaranteed money, right? If I have a high draft pick and I can get more picks and fill 2 or 3 needs,
How you getting more
do
picks?
I have to get a quarterback?
How you getting these more picks?
Because if you have a high pick,
What if you
If
trade
you have
down?
you can trade down.
So you would take.
No, I wouldn't take a quarterback.
So if you had a 5th pick,
Right. I wouldn't take a quarterback.
you're gonna.
I'd trade down and get more picks.
And what if you can't trade down?
Then best player available. If it's a quarterback, then it won't be for lack
You
of
had
not
to-
trying.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out. Okay, fine. I know they need a lot.
But do you understand how it almost makes the situation worse? You understand what I'm saying? So if you draft a quarterback and you haven't done anything around the quarterback, that means the offensive line. You got a running game. Who's going to play opposite Waddle, right? What are you going to do on the defense? The young guys are coming along, but you got some guys who are getting older, and you got to get some other guys in the secondary.
Well, so
right?
you want me to do all those things to build around Tua, who
No,
now we
I'm not
don't
sa-
fully believe in?
Here's
That's
what
right.
No, here's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you draft a quarterback at that moment in time, right?
Mhm.
And you don't do the other things, right? And that quarterback isn't playing right away, or he is playing right away, and you got $50 million sitting on the bench, it looks worse to have that much money invested in one position.
So we got to fix everything else first, and then we
You
can get a
don't know.
quarterback.
I didn't say that.
Because here's the thing I'm saying. Okay, people are saying this is not a great draft, a quarterback draft in 26. Yeah, but
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, cool. But are you telling me your guys are going to be that bad in 26 to be able to draft in the top 5 for a quarterback in 27?
No.
Okay,
I'm
then.
not-
So if there's a possibility that you might be in the top 5 this year. So if you're going to need
Fernando Mendoza's from Miami. He'd love to come back home. Miami, Columbus High.
Dude,
Probably
but-
grew up
but-
going to the stadium.
But do you understand if you have that much money invested at one position, it's going to take even that much longer to get to a point that everywhere else that you can be competitive.
I got Mendoza. If say the Dolphins had a chance to draft Mendoza, I would
Correct.
have Mendoza in a rookie deal. I've only got Tua for 1 more year.
Right.
But it's still a lot of money invested in one position.
Fam, I messed up already. I effed
Okay.
up. Chris Greer effed up.
Okay.
So guess what? I got to eat that now. But if I can eat that for 1 more year and get what could be my franchise quarterback on a rookie deal, I will consider that very heavy.
I would say, in all fairness, if I could get draft picks, because you're stuck with Tua for another year. Okay.
Facts.
And so however you want to do it, okay, that's fine. But if you draft another quarterback and don't do anything to improve the rest of the team, regardless of who's the quarterback, you're still in the same boat. And so now we're going to have another Daniel Jones situation where now this dude is playing as a young quarterback behind garbage or behind development, and then we're going to say this guy sucks too. Let's go get another quarterback. The cycle always tends to follow bad decisions with bad organizations. The same decision over and over again. You go New York. Let's go Indy. Let's go. We know the situations.
Indy looking good now.
Yeah, but guess what?
Yeah.
With who's quarterback? Because they have the infrastructure. They are awesome in the front defensive line and offensive line. They have a hell of a running back, and they got weapons outside, including a beast of a tight end. Okay? That infrastructure was there. So when you bring Daniel Jones in, that guy is stepping into a situation he never had in New York because, your dumbass got rid of Saquon Barkley, and the only good year he had was when Saquon Barkley was running.
Hold on. Let me sneak in some headlines here. Which are brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. So Tua will try to start earning his hour back tonight when the Dolphins host the Baltimore Ravens, 8:15 p.m. We're gonna have Game Day Uncensored pregame edition, which I think I'm co-hosting. I'm gonna try to weasel my way out of that because I want to take a nap later today. But I think I'm co-hosting that with Solana later on today.
Hey, as the veteran of the group, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing wrong with a good nap.
I'm telling you.
You know what I put on the TV to nap?
What's that?
Golf. You know why?
Oh, for sure.
Because
golf
no
is a
matter
great
when
napping sport.
no matter when I get up, they're gonna catch me up to what's going on. So I don't miss nothing.
That's better.
But it's like I didn't realize when I agreed to do, and I love doing this show, but when I agreed to also do the Game Day Uncensored pregame, I didn't really think it through. 8 hours of radio, plus I've got to do 3 different podcasts today. So it's like I don't know what I'm going to eat lunch or sleep today. So I'm gonna try to weasel my way out of that.
Whoa! I ain't letting you slide on this. You are
What's
right
that?
next to your refrigerator.
Yeah, it's down the hall.
He's making it sound. He's making it sound like he over here slumming like us, eating cookies, Vlad. No,
man. Yeah, the fridge is a hallway away.
By the way, these scavengers, man, they just annihilated all the candy, bro.
I know, dude.
Really?
You don't understand. Wait,
Junior Mints. Who wants Junior Mints?
Do you understand how big the bag of candy I brought in?
Oh, that was your candy that you brought in?
brought it. No, here's what I do every year, Vlad, because people. First of all, the people around this building don't understand Leroy, right? If I eat a piece of your candy, I'm gonna fill up your whole bucket. So the next time I come and eat your candy. So I came in on Monday with a bag about this big. And I went around and got buckets for every studio, every office, and I filled them up with candy. Right?
You're like
everyone.
the Santa Claus of Halloween.
Dude, I can't find
and
the
there's
buckets
nothing.
Anywhere. There's no buckets
No, I know.
anywhere.
Because Jennifer, we got the secret stash.
Oh, you got to let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I know what's up. So, yeah. So I take care. It's just like I use creamer, right? I brought 2 or 3 creamers, put it in a little thing. You know what I'm saying? Or the person's creamer that I take. Right.
Okay.
Unlike some people we know who just is I ain't gonna mention no names, Joe Rose, just use up everybody's creamer.
I was barking. You didn't have to say
I knew that was coming. A hard call out. Yeah. By the way, during Dolphins Ravens tonight, which starts at 8:15, we will also have the Miami Heat taking on the San Antonio Spurs on the road. That'll be an 8:30 p.m. tip-off time. And fellas, 2 days ago, after that 18-inning win for the Dodgers, feels like so
What did I
far
say?
away now.
What did I say?
You said
You
it.
said
They
it. The
look-
Blue Jays have won 2 straight, 6-1 last night. They got the 3-2 series lead. They are a victory away from being World Series
I
champs.
Told you guys.
You think this going to 7?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because Yamato's that good, but Toronto's going to be so electric.
I think
only
the
thing
next game's Friday, right? They're off
Yes,
tonight.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. The only thing that could jinx it if Drake's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And Drake is already talking trash to LA, so he's probably already jinxed it.
Oh, he needs it.
All they got to do when he go back to LA is just play that they not like us.
I mean, he's not
Yeah.
probably going to come back to LA anytime soon. But
They play it anyway.
But I'm just saying, yes. But this happened in 2018 when they beat the Red Sox. They won that 18 inning, and then they just lost the rest of the series. So, Vlad Guerrero, baby.
Oh my goodness, he swings just like his dad too, just hard.
Yeah, he does. Right?
Like the bat is moving so fast that you go, how did he make that good a contact with the baseball?
Yeah. All right, let's get to our weather report, sponsored by Chill Zone AC,
dude.
featuring what?
What memo that you get that requires you to give that many weather updates?
Am I not supposed to do it every hour?
Just
I don't
once
get
a
memos,
show,
bro.
What?
Once a show. I do it once
That's
once a show.
Really?
Just once a
Yeah, you giving us 17 weather updates. The weather ain't changed from the last time you did.
I don't
You
know.
just got here.
Honest mistake. I thought I was supposed to do a weather update every hour with the headlines.
No.
I'm not?
No.
So you're going to deprive the people of
I'm not.
76
See-
degrees and clear skies.
Let me say, that's why I give that good weather report for the whole day.
Man, I'm getting yelled at by the doctor in the chat. Doctor upstairs, downstairs. And Timbo Slice is saying, "Don't yell at me." My wife already yelled at me this morning for eating too many snacks in the house. Snacks
Really?
that were supposed to be for our son. Yeah, I got read the
Oh,
riot act
hey,
this morning.
and you know
Kid,
what?
those snacks are mine.
My daughter
Yeah.
made me a shirt, and you know what it says? Daddy
What does it say?
tax. Daddy tax.
I
Dad
need
tax.
one of those.
So, like, I'm just telling you right now, if I should happen to go in the refrigerator and I see a tasty treat or something like that, I'm dad taxing it.
Yeah, I mean, child
Like,
would not
yeah.
be here if not for you.
No, but they say, who ate my? I said, I did. Why? I said, because you were just leasing my refrigerator. That's why.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use that. All right, so no weather report. I apologize for doing too many weather reports. We continue 11 a.m. hour not to of the Tobin and Leroy Show, FM 104.3 WQAM.
Today's topics are sponsored
Welcome back into the Tobin and Leroy Show, FM 104.3 WQAM. Alex Donno in for Tobin today and tomorrow. We got Leroy, we got Vlad, we got JFig. Is the NBA screwing the Miami Heat over with this Terry Rozier situation, or is this just such an extenuating circumstance because the investigation is ongoing? I guess there is a chance he could be cleared by the FBI, innocent until proven guilty and all that. But Leroy, the Heat are in a situation where I feel like the league can do more for Miami right now because they right now have 13 players under contract and the minimum is 14. But because of the Terry Rozier situation where the Heat are forced to still pay his salary, even if they're paying it into an escrow account right now and they're not paying it to Terry, it still counts for the Heat against the cap and the luxury tax. So they would have to go into the luxury tax to sign another player to meet the roster minimum because one of their players is on leave while the FBI is investigating him. Like, I feel like the NBA needs to do something for the Heat where they allow them to sign a player without going into the tax.
Here's the problem with all of this, okay? That there could be a lot of things that you want to do, but the collective bargaining agreement and the union is also there to protect Terry Rozier and make sure he get his money.
Yeah,
and their job is to do whatever they can to try to make sure that the league and the Heat don't pull any shadiness, so he don't get his money, right? So that's why the money's put into escrow,
right,
until these matters are cleared. This is not only for the team, not only for the league, but more importantly for Terry Rozier. Okay? He has not, he hasn't been convicted of anything.
Yeah.
And the union could always say, wait a minute, you cleared him. So look at it from the perspective of the person.
So what you're saying is the NBA is screwing over the Heat, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that the Heat and the league, because of the union and because of the agreed methods in which they go about these things, might not be allowed to do anything until there is some type of closure on this. So, like, while we're sitting here talking about, like, and I agree, me personally, I think the money could still go there and everything could go there. Give the Heat their pick back and put it back on Charlotte.
Yeah.
So make them have to do it. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to be careful with having this idea of, hey, the Heat got screwed. Let's do this. Let's do that. Right. That could all be true. But there is a union and a collective bargaining agreement that determines how you do these things. And so what the league and what the Heat are allowed to do at this moment in time has a lot more to do with the collective bargaining agreement and the union that's in place to protect Terry Rozier and the way in which they do things than just doing all the things we want him to do so that he can go sign somebody else. It's much more complicated than that.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
why
very
that
complicated.
that's why that money's sitting in the escrow. They're like, look, we're going to suspend him. We can do that. We can't quite take your money yet, but the money's going to sit in escrow until there's closure.
Speaking of getting screwed, I saw a stat yesterday. No surprise, this concerns my Miami Hurricanes, who, I yell at my TV every single game, Leroy, because Rueben Bain, who leads the nation in pressures, he lives rent-free in the backfield. Rueben Bain gets held on every play, and they call it like once every 2 games, right?
Right.
So I saw a stat that backs up my feeling. And listen, I make no excuses for how many penalties Miami commits. Miami commits way too many penalties. But I looked at this ACC stat. Miami Hurricanes opponents this season have been called for the fewest penalties. Miami has had the fewest penalties called against opponents in the ACC all season long. and it's by a big number. So for whatever reason, the referees, when Miami's playing, oh, we're going to call every single infraction. We're going to throw in a unsportsmanlike conduct. We don't like the way Malachi Toney, after he pancaked somebody, we don't like the way he stood over the guy for a half second too long, but then they're holding Rueben Bain on every play. They don't call any of it. Miami has had the fewest penalties called against their opponents all season long. Not a coincidence.
I would say this. Here's where history hurts you. When you're a team that has 10, 11 penalties every game, the officials go into the game looking for those penalties.
Right? Yeah.
They ain't looking for the other thing. Now, if you weren't a penalized team, right, then you could actually go in there and say, hey, look at this. What are we doing? Like, look at how they're holding it. We're trying to play by the rules. And you guys are screwing us, right? But I think, and this is life, man. Like, this is life. These officials are coming in this game going, better keep an eye on these Canes. They get penalized a lot, right?
Yeah. Apparently.
And so from that standpoint, that doesn't help. But yeah, every play. I'm like, I saw one time, I thought he was going to get in what is that called? A rear choke?
Like
rear naked
the
choke.
Horse collar or rear naked choke. Yeah. He had him in an MMA hold.
He did everything but tap out.
Yeah.
So
okay, let me ask you this then. Should the head coach complain more? Like, should Mario complain more about the officiating? Does that help?
They do. They talk to the officials. They call the officials. They send, like, every week. This happens in the NFL too. Every week, they send plays to the officiating headquarters and say, what are we doing here? Right? And I've always believed this. And I hate, this is going to sound weird, but just hear me out.
Okay.
You have 18 to 22, 23-year-olds playing college football. You have 20 to 35, 36-year-olds playing NFL football. There ain't nobody trying to keep up with that game that's in that demographic.
Mm-hmm.
They're all much older. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And I think that if you had a group of guys that were in that demographic, in that they would have a better understanding of what's going on out there, because they would be more athletically on that level, right? I remember telling an official one time, we were in the end zone, right? And I was standing next to a guy, and I tried to break away, and my hands went out, and they called me for pushing off.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, dude, the laws of physics, okay? And I want you to try this when you get home, and you'll understand what I'm saying. If you're standing next to somebody and you break away from them, your hands go up. They just do. It's a natural move. You're not pushing off as much as you're trying to get leverage to run.
Right.
I said, so it looks like you're pushing off, but you just took off before he did. And that's how the separation is created. I said, if you can't understand that, you should not be doing this.
What did he say?
He said, well, I saw you push off.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be
right. And so it's not like there's certain things that happen in sports. Athletically, when your body is put in a position or certain position, it's the only way to react. Yeah. And they call them penalties. Like when a guy goes up for a layup, the other arm isn't necessarily pushing off. It's just kind of a natural movement.
Yeah.
So, man, it's so frustrating to have a conversation and you just looking in this old man's eyes going, just keep it moving. He has no idea.
No, none.
Right?
None.
So I wish that the age would get lower, right? And listen, let's be clear. AARP shouldn't be doing the chain game. They get dump trucked, ran over at least once or twice a game.
Yeah.
And y'all see it and y'all go, ooh, goodness.
I'm always worried if they're going to get up because
Right!
like a 70-year-old man
Exactly.
gets run over.
Why
as
are we
he's getting
doing
up.
that?
I'm not. All right.
I'm like, I can barely move out of these big ass players' way. I know he can't move.
I ain't gonna hold you.
No.
Secret joy in life.
What?
Seen the old fall.
Seeing them go ass over tea kettle?
Yeah, seen the old.
Because you know, wait,
look,
wait,
you know,
when they get knocked over? Why when old people get knocked over, right? Their legs don't bend. Like they keep the straight leg.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want to fall, so they're trying to brace the fall, and it's like they can't. They're old. The bones don't move as quick, and it's like, oh no.
Bones
I
don't
mean,
move
come
the
on,
same way.
man.
Well, we're going to wrap up the 11 a.m. hour when we come back. Tobin and Leroy show. Donno in for Tobin today. Leroy, Vlad, JFig in the building right here on 104.3 WQAM. Miami Dolphins have an opportunity tonight on Thursday Night Football to win their second straight game, improve to 3-6 on the year, and beat a Baltimore Ravens team that I know, like Baltimore's 2-5. They've been kind of a disaster at times this year, but they're healthy now. Lamar Jackson is expected back tonight. Statistically, the home field thing on Thursday Night Football, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I think it's much better to be the home team. It's not like the gap is closed a little bit, Leroy. I think it's like somewhere between 55% now of home teams win outright on Thursday Night Football. So it doesn't seem like it's, I guess teams have figured out the schedule and how to deal with the short weeks a little bit better than they did a few years ago.
Have there been a spread this big by a road team, though?
That's a good question.
Because it used to be the home team would always cover, but sometimes win.
Yeah.
But
Bills Carolina, that had to be a high road spread.
That had to be a huge spread.
Yeah, but then
and the Bills won like 40-3.
Yeah.
No, but that wasn't a Thursday night game.
Oh, you talking about Thursday?
We talking about Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah. Short week.
Let me check.
Short week on the road.
No, I'm not talking about just a regular Sunday game.
Yeah. So you're saying
by the way,
Dolphins,
can I just throw this out there?
Throw it.
This is a PSA.
Okay.
To the jackass that left a box of Junior Mints in the Halloween box.
I told you.
That's garbage. A big box.
Yeah. How do they still sell those? Like, how is is the candy company, Big Candy, is like trolling us by still making Junior? Because that's getting subsidized by the other candy that they sell. Like, there's no way they are making a profit on the sale of Junior Mints.
I know that people that buy them at the movie theater all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because they were on the Seinfeld episode? Wasn't that what it was?
Junior Mints just in general suck.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Peppermint patties.
Awful.
No.
Like, who eats that?
Women.
I'm still not
women
convinced
love
that even
the
women
peppermint
eat those.
patties. And
really?
Oh, yeah. Mint with chocolate. Mint chocolate chip
not a
ice
fan.
cream.
Oh, it's
that
terrible.
could kick rocks.
Tastes
it's
like
terrible.
toothpaste.
I don't want to eat ice cream and chocolate and have the taste in my mouth.
Like, think about if you're a child, you're trick-or-treating on Halloween, and you roll up to a house and you trick-or-treat, you hand your candy bucket and they drop Junior Mints. Like, how disappointed are you? Like,
you can't be invited.
Halloween.
Listen, you know how as a kid, if you had any brothers or whatever, y'all get together and y'all usually like different candies, and you put the candies in the middle,
man.
right?
Little brother got to get all the bad candy.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, the way me and my brother did it, we alternate. So you get this, you get that, and we go back and forth so that everybody get the good candy, right?
Sure.
But I'm saying, if you kept going to the same house that was giving up Junior Mints, right? We ain't sharing.
No.
Because I'm not going to Junior Mint house. Once I see you leave with Junior Mints, I'm going to the next house.
Absolutely. Yeah, in fact, you know what? If I wanted to, and I may actually employ this strategy, if I want less kids to come to trick or treat at my house, I'm going to hand
put a Junior Mint sign up.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the Junior Mint? What was in the Seinfeld episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's
he dropped it into the surgical patient.
Hey.
Yeah.
To the person that Junior Mints are awesome. No, they're not. Dude, it messes with your taste buds. If I say candy and then I give somebody a Junior Mint, that's not like candy. That's like you get ready to brush your teeth.
Leroy, give me your candy hierarchy. Like, what are your favorites? I want to see if we're on the same page.
All right, so
Skittles number.
Let's go. First of all, let's do this.
Okay.
We separate the chocolates from the candies.
Yes. Yeah, but chocolate for me is supreme. Like it.
But you got to keep them separate. I can't have a list that has my candies with my chocolates.
Fair.
Okay. All right. So if we go in candy, all right. Skittles. No, Skittles are not on my list.
No.
I'm number one on my list of candies will have to be the watermelon Sour Patch.
That's very specific, but yeah, okay.
Yes.
Those are good.
Not just
I prefer the cherry Sour Patch personally.
Watermelon Sour Patch. Okay.
Okay.
Then Then I'm gonna go with the sour Jolly Ranchers.
So you're a sour guy.
All right.
Yeah. For my candies, for my
I like a Starburst.
Starburst.
Starburst
Yeah.
is good.
Starburst,
Yeah.
not on my list, dude.
Number one has to
Hold
be
on.
Haribo gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Yeah,
Haribo.
gummy bears are good.
The Haribo kind. Not
Oh
that-
no, they don't.
I'm more of an Albanese guy. The Haribo are
They don't-
too.
They don't
too
have
chewy.
taste for me. There's two candies that
What do you mean they don't have
there's
taste?
there's three here. There's two candies that don't hit my list in the top 50. Right? One person, candy corn. If I go to your house
I'm
and get
smacking
candy
you.
corn, we
Yeah.
fight.
We
That's
fight.
awful.
We fight
Yeah.
on the spot.
Like candy corn, I don't think is food. Like I think it's wax, and we're not supposed to eat it.
Nah.
Like, it's
Candy
not
corn.
edible.
Candy corn is in the same category with Peeps.
Nah. Mm-mm.
I don't understand why they keep pushing the Peeps thing for Easter. Nobody
I don't
eats
know.
Peeps.
Nah, you're gonna
No.
Shawn Michaels sweet chin music.
Let's
to
see.
space. Mm-mm.
So we got let's see what else.
Can we hold the rest to the top of the hour because I want to make sure we hit this break. We're gonna get candy rankings in the headlines when we come back. High noon hour of Tobin and Leroy is coming your way next, right here on FM 104.3 WQAM. High noon hour here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Let's get to some headlines, which will include more candy rankings in a moment. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. So you got both the Heat and Dolphins in action tonight. Dolphins at 8:15. They will host the Baltimore Ravens, both 2-win teams looking for win number 3 tonight. Miami Heat look to extend their 3-game winning streak at 3-1. They go to the 4-0 San Antonio Spurs tonight on the road at 8:30 p.m. Leroy, we talked a little bit earlier about the NBA, whether or not they're screwing over the Heat with this Rozier situation. There was a really good X post by Barry Jackson to recap the 7 ways the Heat have been wrong so far. Would you like to hear Barry's 7?
Yeah, but I could have. My biggest one is, and I haven't read the article, but I'm gonna tell you where I think they got wronged. The league clearing Terry Rozier, thus making the trade okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that in itself, to me, means that the league has to step in and fix it because you did wrong by the Miami Heat.
Yeah, you cleared him when the FBI hadn't. It's
okay.
Weird. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So here, Barry Jackson says, so to recap, the 7 ways the Heat have been wrong so far. Number 1, like you said, NBA, in approving Rozier trade, did not tell the Heat about ongoing federal investigation. Number 2, Charlotte did not tell the Heat. Number 3, Miami must continue paying Rozier's salary, not to Terry, but into an interest-bearing account. Number 4, the Heat so far has been given no cap relief to replace him and continues with 13 players minus injured guys, so he says 9 or 10 tonight. Number 5, per Windhorst, the Heat cannot use Rozier as salary cap ballast in a trade. Number 6, Heat has not been given draft pick back at this point, meaning the next 4 first-rounders are frozen for trade purposes. And number 7, the NBA hasn't voided Terry's deal, unlike Jonte Porter, who was voided by the NBA before federal charges, meaning the Heat has no room under tax line to sign replacement.
But it all starts from the initial, like all the other stuff is a result of one, the NBA okaying the trade, and for sure Charlotte ain't gonna say nothing.
No.
Because if that was
for
me,
sure.
I wouldn't.
And they don't have to. So that's a
Right.
problem with the NBA rules.
Right.
Like
It's all NBA. It's all NBA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they let a guy be traded that had this as a possibility. And I would say a trade got reversed last year that would have sent, who was it? Dalton Connect would have been off the Lakers, right? Who were they trading him for? And
Mark Williams.
Huh?
Mark Williams.
Yeah. And then he ended up balling out.
Well, he was balling out. They said he has a broke back.
It didn't seem too broke the way he played the rest of that year.
I mean, I remember once I was selling an old car, an old Honda Civic, and my air conditioning only worked like 20% of the time. And when I was like selling the car and the person was like sitting in the car, turning it on, I was like praying, please let this be one of the 20% when the AC worked. And it was. And they bought the car from me. So that's what Charlotte did. Like I knew I was selling a bum-ass AC unit to these people. I didn't say anything. Charlotte knew there was an investigation. They didn't have to say anything to the Heat to make that trade.
Yeah. Okay. But you didn't have a governing body reviewing.
That's a good point.
The sale.
No, that's
like if
fair.
2 teams trade
Fair.
and then the league, who's overseeing the trade and has to okay it, comes in and say, "Hey, Charlotte, what about that thing?" What they did was say, "Oh, go ahead. He's been cleared on our end."
Yeah.
Now, if he's been cleared, and here's what I would argue to force them, if I'm Terry Rozier's agent or lawyer, if he's been cleared by the league until he's been convicted of a crime, how can you take his money?
Yeah,
because
right.
you cleared him.
Right.
So
Well, the Heat will, of course, be without Tyler Hero.
not to mention,
we'll
why we think our team, like, we thought our guys were smarter than that and can't get got.
yeah, that's true. You
Right?
would figure
Like,
we
why
got
we
private
sitting-
investigators on this stuff.
While we
Yeah.
talk about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
would just
Riley
throw it
doesn't
out
have a
there that
contact in the
somebody got
FBI.
got. Somebody got
You
got.
would figure somebody in the FBI should have said, "Hey, Pat, you might want to take another." Just saying, I'm not going to tell you why, but you might want to take another
Mr.
look at this one. Yeah.
Somebody made him offer he couldn't refuse.
8:30 tonight. Heat and San Antonio Spurs mentioned 8:15 tonight. Miami Dolphins are in action. I guess we're not going to do weather, even though people are asking for it, Leroy. But we're not. I found out.
I'll give you a nice weather report.
Give it to me.
Let me get over here. Come on, Karen.
He's bringing the camera with him. The
Nice.
motion-activated camera.
Yeah, it is mostly sunny.
Oh,
We
that's
got
beautiful.
Patchy clouds, probably around 80 degrees. Winds look like they're blowing at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. I'm going to say that coming out of the north is going to be a great night for football, great day for tailgating. It's going to start getting cooler. So tomorrow, look at it to be low to mid 60s, and then maybe going into the weekend right at around 64 low. But it'll warm up real quick. Beautiful weekend ahead. So
We got that cold front coming in.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the breeze is coming out of the north because that's the only way you could get that cold air. By the way, you want to thank this cold front. This cold front is what's keeping all them storms from coming this way because we got that pressure pushing everything out of there. Because storms hate cold air. Cold front coming through, that's cold air. Storms run. So.
And
Perfect
send
time.
prayers to Jamaica, by the way.
Yeah,
I saw some
Jamaica,
of
Cuba.
some of the videos. Oh, yeah, Cuba as well. Yeah. Heat Cult says check on your family in Jamaica and Cuba. So everybody make sure you do that because it is rough. It is rough. Now, Miami Dolphins tonight, Leroy. Did they turn a corner last week? Do you feel like the Dolphins can cover that 7.5-point spread tonight?
Yes.
Pull off a victory tonight.
I would say, regardless of who the two teams are, it's Thursday night home, right? That's
Thursday
more
night
what
home.
I'm going with. But I would say this. The good news is, and I'm going to say this, and I have the utmost respect for this guy. Okay? So when I say this, don't read into it too much. The reason why I feel more confident than I normally would, because Mike McDaniel and the coaching staff don't have enough time to overthink the situation.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
having less time to prepare for this staff is good.
On a short week, all you have is the recent success and what you did to have that success. And you'll be more inclined to just do caveats off of those things that you did well last week. Whereas if you had
everything went well last week.
If
All
you
three
had a
phases,
few,
everything.
if you had a few extra days, then you would tweak it and go back to, like, look, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but here's what I remember. The two games that they won, Tua rolled out and threw the ball accurately.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, let's just start there.
I'm gonna back you up on that.
Yeah.
The last time they had a Thursday night game, it was probably his best call game ever.
Right, because he didn't have time to screw it up.
I mean, Tua did throw the interception to the linebacker at the end on the possible game-winning drive, but
I'm telling you,
Mike McDaniel called a hell of a game against Buffalo.
Right, dude, you'd be amazed that. Keep in mind, these guys have been working together now for 4 months, right? So everything is there, right? But when you start getting into these games, especially what I found out with young coaches always want to have an imprint. Old coaches just want to win, right? And sometimes they put themselves more in trouble trying to make an impact on the game that you already have something working. So with this short week, I'm hoping that, well, all we can do is run deviations off of what we did last week because our guys don't have as much practice to totally change it. You see what I mean? Which works well. I love the fact that they went big guy in the backfield with the extra lineman, right? And they put 2 backs in the backfield, making you think, oh, we kind of jumbo, and then took and put H-N in the slot. So what that does is it makes the defense identify what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because are you going to put a linebacker out there? If you widen the linebacker out there, guess what we're going to do? Run it, right? If you bring a safety down, right? Now, guess what that does? Create space where you like to throw it in the secondary. Just simple stuff by lining it up. So I'm going to look for stuff like that. I'm going to look for them to continue to try to run the football because, again, I think at the end of this game, you're going to look at one stat, and that's going to be the identifying stat. Who ran the ball more?
Yep.
Right? And when you look at what they want to do, you look at what the Dolphins want to do. It's all centered around that. If you have success running the football and you go play action with how Tua does the play action, he's good at that, right? Now you're on skates defensively. Yeah. Conversely, most teams have been doing a really good job of stopping Derrick Henry. I don't know whether he's getting older, whether it's or maybe it's because it's because Lamar hasn't been there the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I'm happy Leroy said that. You know what's going to happen tonight.
Oh, he's going to go off tonight.
180, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But again,
outside of the Atlanta game, the Dolphins' run defense has been terrible. But they looked great against Atlanta.
And here's what the difference was if you weren't paying attention. And credit to Weaver and to Mike McDaniel to get a team who was 1-6 to do this, right? Swarm to the ball.
Yeah.
On every play, 4-5 guys. When you can get a team that's 1-6 at the time to play with that much energy, right? That's saying something about you and your staff. It is. Because I got to tell you, I was 3-13 one year, right? And the effort after about 1-5 was over.
Yeah.
So
we've seen it before.
Being on both sides of that and seeing the way these guys are responding, that don't take that for granted. That's not something that normally happens. In fact, you turn on the TV, you turn on all the news, you turn on, what are they saying? Oh, this team's going to quit on Mike McDaniel. He might not make it through the season. And then, boom. Got to give somebody credit for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I thought they were going to quit after 1-6.
Guys
and they had the best game of the year.
Donno, here's what you need to understand about these guys.
Okay.
Regardless of how much they get paid, regardless of what their situation is, regardless of who they like and who they don't like in the organization, regardless of what players they like or don't like, they are competitors first.
I get that.
And I don't care what your situation is, the one thing you don't want after your name is L. And that's the way some of these guys think. That's the way a lot of these guys think. And that's what drives them not to look like booty when they go out there and play. Right?
Yeah.
We can honestly say, if you say to me, oh, that guy quit, you lose all respect for him. I can't have him on my team, right? You feel cheated. Like, even if your team is losing, right? If you see a guy and it look like he quit, you feel cheated. So they haven't quit. They haven't looked good, but they haven't quit.
No, so, definitely haven't quit.
So I'm glad with the short week and the mad scientist not having enough time to tinker with anything, I'm looking for, some of the same things. Now, I do want them to play with that same energy they did on defense. and it's going to require more because that's a moose, and you got Lamar Jackson. The other thing is, do we know how much Lamar Jackson going to run? Because one of the things he has said,
100%. He said
no. Here's the other
he's
thing
not
that
even on their injury report.
Hold on.
no designation of an injury.
Here's the other thing that he said.
Nope.
He said this. In all my years of playing football, I have never had a hamstring injury. And I'm going to tell you about hamstring injuries. It makes you extremely careful because you know how that felt when you pulled it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're 100% or not. So we'll see.
That said, he's going off for 150 on the ground tonight. Just watch. Just watch. By the way, Doctor Upstairs Downstairs gave us his medical opinion on pink eye. He says pink eye usually lasts between 7 and 14 days. So Tua might, and I want pink eye Tua because pink eye Tua is the best version.
I don't know I don't know why all of a sudden his arm got stronger because he had pink eye.
Because the pink eye, it channels the powers that are usually in your vision get channeled to your arm. That's why. It's like how the blind man can hear really well. You can also throw a football farther.
Hey, what's funny? Just because you're replacing Tobin this week does not mean you have to come up with his ideas.
I mean, I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to fill the big Tobin shoes here. So I think there's something to that. Would you like to hear
how is Mike McDaniel a mad scientist and run through the same plays? Have you heard the man talk?
He talks like a mad scientist. But
right.
Does he actually call plays like a mad scientist? Sometimes.
No.
Like sometimes we see wrinkles and things that look cute and
all the eye candy.
A lot of eye candy. But here's the thing. I would hope, right, that when he calls a good game, and you can tell right away, you know why? Because it looks like all of it went together, right? Sometimes he calls a game and it's just random.
Yeah.
You're not setting up nothing. You're not exploiting one guy on the field, right? You're not doing anything, right? That looks like, and sometimes when you do something offensively, it's not even for now. It's for later on in the game, right? Like, you know what I used to say? You guys used to hear me say this all the time about Eli Apple. They're going to run 3 slants against him in the first and second quarter, right? And he going to start feeling froggy, and he going to jump it, and it never fails. They're going to run a slant and go. Eli Apple's going to jump it, and they're going to be wide open going down the sidelines. Eli Apple has been bit, caught, abused by the double move for as long as I've been watching him play, right? That's his. Everybody has that kryptonite. My kryptonite was maybe I fumbled a little bit much. His kryptonite is the double move, and you ain't got to run it back-to-back plays. You just run that slant. And you say, keep that in your mind, buddy. I'm running slants, and then like it'll be 3rd and 3. And you know that slant. He want to jump that slant because he want to stop you from getting the first. Got him. So I would like to see something like that, right? Like I like watching games. When I watch games, I like watching games and watching offenses and say, uh-oh, they setting them up for this. Uh-oh, they're setting them up for this. When you see that toss, right? Now what they do is they run the toss, come back with the counter, right? A toss counter.
Yeah.
Because that was normally a ball you hand off. Now they're doing it with the toss. Soon as defense see the toss, they're running, right? So, like, you've set things up. Sometimes I watch them play offensive football, and there's nothing there. Nothing. Like bubble screen, and let me tell you something. If one more jackass says bubble screen is just like our outside run. No, you got a top running back in the league to do outside runs. Let's have him do it.
Yeah. We're going to continue the 12 o'clock hour when we come back. By the way, RVA Richie says new technology is Leroy's kryptonite now. It's not the fumbles. It's the new technology now.
Dude, I'm good with technology. Y'all just y'all tripping with that.
You give the man a hard time. You want to keep it right here. FM 104.3 Tobin and Leroy Show, WQAM. Tell you, man, Brad Marchand of the Florida Panthers is one hell of a guy. This is why, he didn't play on Tuesday night for the Cats. Marchand is expected to rejoin the Panthers on Saturday when they host the Dallas Stars. Thanks to JFig for sending me this Instagram post. I was just reading more about it during the break. So Florida Panthers star Brad Marchand stepped away from the Panthers this week to go home to Halifax, coaching in honor of a friend's daughter who passed away after a battle with cancer. So he was helping a friend back home after tragedy, and that just, man, it absolutely warms my heart. And, again, he should be back with the team by Saturday when the Panthers take on the Dallas Stars. But, I mean, you talk about keeping everything in perspective, man. Good on Marchie for doing that, Vlad. That was a really cool thing for him to get involved with.
You know how much of a great organization and confident you can be? Just be like, yeah, let's allow one of our guys to take a week off and help, do something for a good cause. And we're okay with it. No problems. No problem with it whatsoever. Great job by Brad Marchie. Great job by the Panthers. And, much success. And hopefully he'll be a good head coach. You know what I'm saying?
You never know, man. He may be coaching maybe Florida or Boston somewhere in the future. Hopefully Florida, if things play out that way, because he has fully been embraced by this club and by his teammates. So people weren't, when he was initially traded for, people didn't really know how that was going to go because he'd been a bitter rival in the past. But the Panthers have an awesome culture. I mean, they just really have a great dressing room under the leadership of Alexander Barkov and, of course, from GM Bill Zito on down. It's just a great organization, how they've been able to, bring in guys in trades to help this team who want to be here. So good on Marchie for getting involved in that. Florida Panthers have a few days off before they're back on the ice. Miami Heat going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, Vlad, this is going to be a test for the Heat. It's a different challenge than what they faced so far this season against a really good Spurs team with one of the best players in the league. I mean, do you think the Heat can keep up? Can they keep up their offensive output, the efficiency, and the pace tonight when they take on the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah. I mean, if you're hitting shots, you're going to keep up the offensive pace. I just want to see the battle of, Godzilla versus King Kong. I want to see Khalil Ware versus Wemby, because it seems to me like if there was one guy who can at least, not I want to say match him, but at least give him give him some problems or make things uncomfortable. It seems to be like Khalil Ware, the only one athletically and tall enough to be with Wemby. But right now, what Wemby's doing these first 4 games of the season, it's not even kind of, it is scary. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Spurs are 4-0. They're favored at home by, I think, 5.5 points tonight. Dolphins are 7.5 point underdogs tonight against the Baltimore Ravens. So I got the injury reports. Obviously the Dolphins have a few guys on the report. The Baltimore Ravens injury report is blank. Like, they have everybody healthy, including Lamar Jackson. So they're healthy, and like, that's a team looking to make a run, right? I mean, Lamar was banged up last week. They still beat Chicago without him. They struggled early in the season with a lot of defensive players banged up, but they're healthy now. For the Dolphins injury report for this one, the only player who's for sure out is tight end Julian Hill, ankle. Doubtful safety Ashton Davis, quadricep, and a bunch of players who are questionable tonight. Linebacker Bradley Chubb is questionable. He's someone who could be on the trading block potentially next week. Trade deadline is coming up in 5 days. Wide receiver D. Eskridge is questionable, shoulder. Cornerback Jason Marshall questionable with a hamstring. And Ifeatu Maifunwu is the safety questionable. It doesn't say why he's questionable. He's on that questionable list. There's nothing about Tua's pink eye, so he's not on the injury report. But Leroy, we were just talking about, before you were done hobnobbing out there, we were just talking about
what was hobnobbing?
Well, what were you doing then? Eating candy?
No, I was. Well, first of all, yes, but I was trying to get to the bottom of, because the junior mints.
Did you figure it out? Any detective work?
But somebody said, "Oh, junior mints are divine."
What?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's chick candy.
Was it a man or a
Girl?
woman who said
It was
that?
a woman. It was a
It was a
woman.
woman.
It was a woman?
Yeah. That's
Divine?
just
Like, I've
hold on.
never heard someone
Hold on.
describe candy as divine, let alone a junior mint.
Hold on. How many dudes like mint chocolate chip ice cream?
The percentage is maybe like 10% of dudes, if even that much.
I know. No, there might be a type. They probably.
I'm not gonna go there, but I'm just saying.
They're part of the continent crew.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a question or a comment about the Ravens. You do realize when everybody was healthy, they weren't playing that damn good anyway.
No, they were not.
So let's not make it sound like, oh, they got their people back, that, oh, hell gonna break loose. Now, I will also say this. I have history with Baltimore of turning it around. Not like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Conversely, the Dolphins have been down this road before.
Yeah.
So, like, just because everybody's back with Baltimore, I'm not ready to buy. No, they weren't playing that good when the season started.
Nope. I think
So
the
all
wrong
of a
team's
sudden-
favored. I think the Dolphins are going to pull off the unthinkable tonight.
It's not the unthinkable.
What? Get beat but cover?
It's not. It's not.
Maybe
but,
they might.
but listen to this. We taking 1, 2, and 5 team and making them 7-point favorites over a 2 and 6 team.
Yeah.
On the road.
That's crazy on the road.
Yeah, they think the 2 and 5 team is, when healthy, is a more talented and better team.
Okay,
than
but
2
they
and
were
6.
healthy when they were when the season started.
They were okay, and they lost a 42-40 game to the Buffalo Bills.
And what about the other?
They were, and then during that first game, guys were falling down.
Okay, so me and Vlad were having this conversation, and I'm not. It's hard to have this conversation for one reason, because when you have conversations like this, you're considered either a hater or you just don't like somebody or whatever. But me and Vlad had this conversation, and this is the reality of it. If you've watched Derrick Henry, he doesn't look as explosive.
No, he does not. I can agree with that.
And so I would say that it is important that we see the same type of swarm tackling that we saw last week, because I hadn't seen that in a long time with the Dolphins. Too many guys getting caught on the island, nobody pursuing, guys missing tackles. And what was it, a couple of games ago, guy missed a tackle and put the team in field goal range, right? So that swarm tackling, right, was big last week. And you're going to need that same energy, because, I mean, I got to tell you, he may not be moving as good, but 250 with a stiff arm on 200 never comes out the way you want it to.
That's physics right there.
Right. So
physics are not in your favor.
So, but that being said, if that is the case, and I am accurate in this assessment, doesn't that minimize what Lamar is going to be able to do running the football also? Because a lot of the stuff is because you're so scared of what Derrick Henry can do that it frees up Lamar.
That's a good point.
And if Derrick Henry hasn't been doing Derrick Henry stuff for whatever reason, is that been part of the reason why Lamar hasn't had that success? So I'm just saying these are things that you kind of think of when you see, this team. Like, you are what your record is, right?
Yeah.
They're what?
Yeah.
1-5, 1-6.
That's what the great
2-6.
They're 2-5. We're 2-6.
They're 2-5.
So I mean,
Right. So
Two of the worst teams in the NFL by record.
right. So I'm not. No. You want me to take a lot of liberties in saying who's where and who's what and who's whatever? I'm not doing it. I'm not. I haven't seen it. We said the same things. Oh, if Tua was back, we'd be this. If so-and-so was back, we'd be this. And like, I don't care.
I think Lamar being back is a little bigger than Tua.
Yeah.
being back.
Okay. Have they ever had a year where they started off 2-5 and made the playoffs?
They probably haven't had a season like that.
Okay. So while we talking about Lamar and Derrick Henry and Baltimore, they are what they are right now.
But they play in a crappy division.
I don't care. They are what they are right now. So I'm not just giving it to them because what they've done every year is different.
Coming up next, I interrupted Leroy's candy hierarchy an hour ago. I need to finish that up, and I need to hear about.
I realized that we
got
got to mix chocolate with candy because I can't find enough candies.
Well, we're gonna mix in because the chocolate. That's what gets me excited when I'm raiding my son's trick or treating bounty tomorrow night. I'm gonna be going for the chocolates.
I tried to, Vlad. I couldn't.
You have to separate chocolate and the candy.
I couldn't come up with a bunch of candies.
What do you mean you can't come up with a bunch of candies?
That I like?
Then
Sour Patch Kids, Skittles,
nerds.
No.
I like nerds.
Well, we'll get it when we get back because once we start, I ain't gonna stop. I don't know.
That's right. We got to stop now, and we'll pick it up right here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. 1043 WQAM. All right, so I got to know this from Leroy. And Leroy, let me first say, for me, the top 3 chocolate or candy, top 3 period for me.
Uh-huh.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup must be in that mix for me.
Yeah.
Must be in that mix.
Okay.
I love a Kit Kat. It's got to be in that mix.
Yeah.
And I like the original Hershey bar just to get my good plain chocolate fix. Those are the 3 musts.
Okay. Now, if we just gonna go, I'm gonna go with my top 3 chocolates.
Okay.
I am a big fan of any kind of turtle. Right?
Okay. What is that with like the caramel in there?
Caramel, right. Then listen, this machine, when it see me coming, it just spit out a Kit Kat. Like I don't even have to put my card up.
I love a Kit Kat. So good.
One time, the machine down there, I pushed the button, and I had a dangling particle. So the Kit Kat went to the edge but didn't fall. Let me tell you something. I hit it with a forearm shimmy. No, I hit it with a forearm shimmy. I got like 5 candies.
Have you ever been to Japan?
No.
In Japan, they have like 100 flavors of Kit Kat. Like you go into any store and
really?
The Japanese love Kit Kats. They have orange blossom flavor, green tea flavor, chocolate, white chocolate.
They tried it. I tried the they had the churro Kit Kat. I tried that. And then for my last one, this old school. Y'all young fellas don't realize this, but 100,000 gram bar.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about that.
I know about that.
I think I like that.
That's like instead of the turtle have the nuts, right? It has like Rice Krispie, but caramel, Rice Krispie, and chocolate.
That's good. I like.
So that's my top 3.
Now, what's your bottom 3? Which ones do you hate? Like, if you try to hand me a Butterfinger, I throw that right back in your face.
Yeah, Butterfinger, a Tootsie Roll.
Oh, terrible.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because it's not even real chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like what? I can't even explain what a Tootsie Roll is.
There's somebody that have these generic fruit chews. It just say fruit chew on it. Yeah. But they have the yellow, lemon, and the green. You get 2,000 in the bag and you hand them out for Halloween candy. Whoever brought those to work, we can't hang out. We can't.
Yeah.
Butterfinger is when you get older. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's certain candies that you playing Russian roulette with your teeth.
Oh, right? For sure. It's the hardest candy. Like it's harder than like a Werther's.
Juji fruits.
Yeah.
Them things are a little hard.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Yeah, I can't mess with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, and then I got my Sour Patch. And my Sour Patch. Like every now and then, I don't mind a good box of lemon heads. Right?
I don't think I've ever had a lemon head.
I miss cherry clams.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna tell you what, like somebody, Tootsie Roll and Yoo-Hoo are the samesies. It's chocolate, but it's not real chocolate. It's chocolate flavor.
Yeah, Yoo-Hoo is like chocolate water.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Does anybody who likes Butterfinger?
Nobody likes a Butterfinger.
Nobody.
Right. Oh yeah. Whoppers are also Russian roulette. Yeah, they get
those are crunchy.
But you like it because you've been eating them every single time you're in the studio.
That's on my options. A Tootsie Roll or Whoppers.
You take a Whopper over a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. He can't be saying that when he went on a scavenger hunt all around the entire studio.
Yeah. You think
looking for them.
Jennifer, you were with me. How much candy did I bring?
You brought a lot, but I also think you're part of the reason why they're gone.
No, that's why I do.
He giveth and he taketh.
And also,
he gave them, put them around the entire station, and then every single break he went.
Yeah.
He could have just kept them all in one studio.
Watermelon Sour Patch. I'm telling you. Listen, you would think, right, that you would like different flavors of Sour Patch. Wrong. I can get a whole bag of watermelon Sour Patch.
Did they make just whole bag of watermelon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Usually I get like the assorted flavors.
No,
It's
you can get
roulette.
all watermelon. They have other flavors like Jolly Rancher kind of does different like they do fruit, they do the regular flavor. Like they try to change it up a little bit. Butterfinger is the greatest candy bar. Your opinion is the circus peanuts of opinions.
You know, I've never tried a circus peanut, like the candy.
The-
Never tried one.
No, isn't that the same as Boston baked bean?
Never tried that
circus
either. Never
peanuts?
heard of it.
Where do you find these things?
You know what else? I'm not a big fan when you go into the movie theater or the fair. Hot nuts.
Hey yo.
Actually, I know.
You know
I don't
what
wanna
I'm
say it
talking
out
about.
loud, but
it comes
I
in a
enjoy
little
those.
thing. It looks like you squirting icing on the ice cream. It comes in a little package like that, and they sit in the. You never had the hot nuts?
I've had them.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Those are also that's playing Russian roulette with your teeth.
Are they salty?
No, they have that candy on the outside.
I want to hear JFig's candy list. JFig, what's at the top of your candy list?
Junior mints.
You know what? I actually find that offensive that you keep putting a gender on candy. You need to relax with that, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
Not all of us fall in those little groups that you keep putting out there.
I said
it's offensive.
Mostly women like Junior Mints or mint chocolate
And
chip.
you know what? There's also
it's
guys can go
statistics.
ahead and say the same thing.
I'm please, if
Stop
you're
putting
a guy,
gender on candy. Stop putting gender
tell
on
me.
candy. I don't go for Junior Mints.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
It can be
I
very
didn't say all
refreshing.
women. I said it's very.
No, but you say it as an insult.
I'm not saying
when they
it's an
ask
insult.
who eats Junior Mints, you're like,
Okay, listen.
women.
Wait,
all angry.
I'm black. I like cherry Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid,
well,
and watermelon.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying
I'm
these
just
are
saying.
like
It is what
Schleeton
it
is
is.
saying. It is a caveman. It's a caveman opinion.
I'm a caveman.
I'm just saying. Well, you know what? We need to
it.
change our ways
I
here.
own it. We were like, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Leroy
You need to
said
change
the
your
flu
ways because
wasn't
I am on this
contagious.
show.
Cherry Coke is gold, not cherry Coke. Kool-Aid. Red.
Anyway,
Would
my
you know
number
if I
one
said red?
chocolate.
Huh?
My number one chocolate is
I'm saying,
Reese's.
why do you not
Reese's.
like me?
Reese's is the goat.
Reese's is you can't.
I also like how they've incorporated
all the holidays.
The chips in it to give it that crunch, that extra
No,
crunch.
here's my favorite thing. Like you can say I like Reese's, and it'll follow you around for every holiday. You could go Easter.
Oh, they do the
Christmas,
Easter egg ones.
they do the
Yeah, the
Christmas
pumpkin
tree,
shaped ones.
They do
Yeah.
the Easter egg,
Oh.
or you could do a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stuff right there.
Leroy got duped by a Nutter Butter. It was shaped like a Nutter Butter. I didn't know it was a dog bone.
Nah, come on.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That's something I would keep to myself.
You guys are also missing Twix. I have not heard Twix in any
Twix
one
is
of
good.
your
Number
lists.
one. Snickers is number one. Like that's,
Twix.
That's not
I go Twix.
I also love
Reese's.
the Hershey's cookies and
By the way,
cream.
I'm the only one that still loves peanut. I was a big fan of peanut butter Twix.
Peanut butter Twix.
I never had that.
Yeah, I had it. I had it.
don't know if I
I
had
had
that.
it. Almond Joy.
Hell no.
That's on the
Almond
list.
Joy's
of worst
awful.
like candy.
Mounds and Almond Joy right in the garbage. Sorry.
Day South. You hit something there, buddy. I like putting all of my chocolate in the freezer.
Right now in my fridge,
Baby
I have
Ruth in the freezer.
Reese's
Yeah.
that has Oreo in it.
Reese's has
I
Oreo.
saw that
in
at
it.
the store.
Yeah, I tried it. It's
Oh,
good.
so
Hold on,
white-
we got to
white
end the
on the
segment because
outside?
I don't want to feel
Or-
Len's wrath. So we're gonna come back, or JFig's wrath for that matter. So we're gonna come back for the 1 o'clock hour. Tobin and Leroy Show, FM 104.3 WQAM. All right, welcome back into the Tobin and Leroy Show. 1 o'clock hour here on FM 104.3 WQAM. Let's get into our headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com. Alex Donno filling in for Tobin today. We got Leroy, who's back from the hobnob session. We got JFig. We got Vlad.
In fairness to me,
Nah, you a hobnob.
let me say this.
Stop.
Can I please defend myself? Okay. First of all, my sidekick's alarm I don't have with me. And second of all, I look around and keep in mind, I'm used to seeing whether the light is on or not.
Oh, yeah.
And
Since
the
I'm
light
not
doesn't come on
building.
until I hit my button. So I always forget that.
Okay. Can I counter this?
Yeah.
Don't drag me.
Usually the mic is on because Tobin would be here.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm used to seeing the light.
Guess
He's
what?
used to seeing it, but that means you're still late,
You've
though.
known for 3 days so far that if JFig's not here, you're the only one in the studio. So guess what? The light's not gonna come on unless you're inside the studio.
But your light could be on. I just look around the corner. Oh, it's like.
But if you wait for the light to come on, you're already too late.
That's true.
See,
That's true. -1.
you ever? No, check this out. You ever say something?
-1.
And you've already figured out what the counter would be. I could fight what Vlad was saying, right?
Yeah.
But then Donno said the thing that I had to just go ahead and take the -1.
You said it because you just you had a old coach saying that was like an old coach would be like, I was 2 seconds late. If it's 2 seconds late,
Yeah.
If you're 10 minutes early, you're late, right? A lot of these old coaches.
JP20 says, I like Mounds and Almond Joy.
Oh, those are terrible.
Give me all the Mounds.
Listen, if you do like mounds, you probably live a charmed life because nobody else wants it and they all give you their mounds. You do like
I was looking at the list of best candies, and the list of worst candies started off with Mounds and Almond Joy.
They're awful. I think the only reason why, because listen, all the candies are owned by like 3 different companies. The big candy, all right? There's like 3 big companies, and I swear the only reason why they still make Mounds and Almond Joy is just to troll people because they're not making any money off of those. It's all subsidized by the good candy, so they just make those still to piss people
You don't
off.
think that they'll just stop making them or like selling less because no one's buying them?
Nobody buys them individually. The only way you get a Mounds and Almond Joy is in the variety packs, and then you're like, why do they put this in here?
Right. What's also crazy is what a racket they have. It's the only candy where you could put one stinking nut on the top, and that's it. You ain't got to mix it in the whole candy like you do.
And if you eat around it, it's still bad.
Right. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm going to give JP20 some love here because this is accurate. Rolo doesn't get much love as a candy.
That's a fact.
Rolo is sneaky good.
Rolo is like the
sneaky
OG chocolate caramel thing.
Yeah.
Right. But wait, so
Rolo's like that
if we
cool
include
chocolate.
Rolos, do we have to include the what's
like
the
a Toblerone?
No. That's in the
plastic?
No, the candy at the movie theater.
There's a lot
The
of
little
be
the
more
chocolate
specific?
with the caramel.
What, the craft?
No.
Wait,
You know what I'm talking about. I seen a box of them over there. I'll get them when next break. You're gonna know.
Well, you know what?
See.
There's also sour Skittles. I love sour Skittles, but the green pack.
Oh, the apple?
Yeah.
Hey, the hell with people
I think
whose
so.
candy looks like green apple, but it's lime. Don't be playing
I
with
hate
my
that.
taste
That's the
buds
biggest
like that.
disappointment.
Well, he's only saying that because he saw that in the Tootsie Roll pack variety pack. That's why he said it.
Not the Tootsie Roll. Remember you had the little we had Skittles. Remember we had
that too. No, but the Tootsie Roll also had it was like green or
green in the set.
Yellow or something, and it's
who eats a lime Tootsie Roll? Say that to yourself.
Ugh.
Oh, I just had me a delicious lime Tootsie Roll.
I don't know.
Life has not been good.
It's
to
not
you
even
for
a
eating
Tootsie
lime
Roll.
Tootsie Rolls.
It's called a fruit chew. That is some Timo Tootsie Roll stuff right there. Fruit chew. Come on.
I'm
like the
also a
Dollar
big
General
fan.
brand.
I'm also a big fan of the pretzel M&M. I like the
I
crunch.
don't like the pretzel one. I like the crispy M&M is good.
No, you know what? Plain M&Ms like Kick Rocks. I like the one with the nuts.
Pretzel
peanut one.
amazing.
Peanut M&M's the king for sure.
Yeah, peanut M&M.
Yeah. That is the king. By the way, for Heat tonight, 8:30 p.m. in San Antonio, Ira Winderman from the Sun Sentinel, he sent this out in terms of injuries. He said Norman Powell indicates he will be out tonight due to his groin issue, but Nikola Jovic has been upgraded to probable. So it sounds as though we're going to be without Norm Powell. But the good news, Leroy, is with the way Jaime Jaquez Jr. has been playing, he is the only player in the NBA right now who has both a top 5 offensive rating and a top 5 defensive rating.
Mhm.
That's Triple J right now. So,
I mean,
you know,
he went
Norm, take your time, rest and recover because we got Triple J.
He did go plus 40 the last 2 games.
Plus 43 and then plus 40 prior to that.
Right. That's pretty amazing. Especially when he spent a whole season with the bubble guts.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
he's got to avoid the candy because that can't be good for his bubble guts.
To the jackass that said Leroy probably has a Werther's in his pocket right now. And a peppermint. No, I don't.
Show it. We know
I
you have
don't.
it.
I don't have
your pockets.
Werther's.
Let's
I
see the
don't have
pockets.
Well, I don't do Werther's. Dude, I don't do Werther's. Werther's.
Does anybody still buy Werther's? Like,
no.
I feel like
wait, how many people went over to their grandparents' house and they had them little mints that melt in your mouth?
They were stocked, but like I feel like the people who bought Werther's like are literally dying off. Like but yeah, my grandparents always had.
How about caramel chews? How we feel about those?
I don't like them.
Werther's? No,
I can't have those anymore. I have retainers.
It's like when you get older, though, it is like playing Russian roulette with your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of my memories that I have with my grandpa from my dad's side, it was always going to his house and he would like sneak me off a little bit of Werther's, but it was so sweet and I loved it. It made me so happy.
But Werther's, like, there's certain. Listen, if you're going over to Graham's house or Mima or Abuela, there's certain types of candies that you know are gonna be in that house.
Oh, for sure.
And you go there looking forward to those candies, whether they're good candies or not.
Yeah.
You don't know where
it's part of your childhood. It's why.
It's because it comes from such a warm place.
My grandmother used to always pull, the same type of candy when you went over her house.
Yeah, because it's only been 2 places, in her purse or in her chest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me tell you. Now, see, that's black. That's a black thing right there. My grandmother never carried a purse. She just had a big bra.
Which is what I said.
Look,
either gonna be a purse or a
you
chest.
And you guys were out here making fun of me at the cigars event.
You say, Grandma, you got $10? Hold up, baby. I got you.
It's her wallet. That was her wallet.
That was her wallet. She had keys. Like, I don't know what, like.
Hey, I want Birkin bags. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I don't know about y'all, but in the hood, no grandma had a small bra. I don't know why. They all it was a purse. I don't know.
I mean,
JFig got JFig got candy in her ankle pocket.
Well, you said no.
You got the Werther's in there.
There was no small bras?
No, dude. Every great wait. Dude.
One size.
Dude, let's keep it real. Let me get it. Have you ever went in the hood? Have you ever went to a grandma's house and they didn't have room for stuff in their bra?
Nah, nobody had little.
This is a very interesting place where we've landed today. I'm just gonna go ahead and say
that.
No.
I'm trying to do headlines here. We're talking about bras.
No.
We're talking about bras and we're about to be finished with this segment.
Let's get back to JFig.
My ankle pockets? Yeah, what about them, huh?
No.
Jealousy.
No.
It's not a nice thing.
She wore some pants, right?
Okay.
She wore some what do they call
I wore pockets?
Cargos, but the pockets were down by her ankles.
I had multiple pockets
by her ankles and 2 pockets on the side where they normally are.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
they had a problem with it.
Yeah, because it wasn't reality.
And then I taught them that there's It's a
Oh, and then she
convenient.
started acting like she could have all kinds of weaponry if she
Yes,
needed it. So
correct.
now, but you had to squat like a ninja to get
Yeah,
to
that
it.
doesn't seem convenient. Like you want the
Oh, it's
pockets to be thigh
convenient.
level.
It's convenient. I had pockets up there too.
Okay.
They just had a problem with the ones on my ankles.
Yeah.
Schmeathan says today's show is why HR has an orientation. We've crossed some interesting lines today.
And
Not
several
really.
trading
Wait.
videos.
We did not speak an untruth. I was just giving you a little taste of my youth.
Okay.
Just
His youth.
It doesn't
my
matter.
youth. What do you mean the two youths? The youths.
It's a great movie.
That was one of the first.
Utes.
What wasn't that one of the first comedies to win a Oscar?
I don't know if the movie won.
Did
an
she
Oscar.
win?
Marissa
Did she win?
Tomei,
She won for
Marissa
supporting
Tomei
art.
won the Oscar for best
Supporting-
actress. Yeah.
yeah.
Best supporting actress. Yeah.
Supporting
she won for
actress.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Which was an odd choice, but it was a good movie. There's no doubt about that. All right, can I continue headlines?
Yeah.
All right, Miami Dolphins tonight, 8:15 p.m., hosting the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday Night Football. Florida Panthers are out of action until Saturday. The Panthers are going to be hosting the Dallas Stars. Also on Saturday, the Miami Hurricanes at high noon will take on the SMU Mustangs. I think, Leroy, that line actually moved a little bit. Miami was favored by 10.5 most of the week. Miami's now favored by 11.5. I just want to win. Like I'm a big Miami guy. I just want to win. I don't care if they win by 1 point or 50 points. Just win.
That's the only thing I hate about gambling, right? That, like, you take whether a team played well or not based on whether they covered, right?
Right.
So if they wouldn't have covered against Stanford, then you'd have been like, they barely got by a
Well, the funny
lowly
thing was
Stanford.
they did cover, and people still complained that like
didn't do it
35-point
fast
margin
enough.
of victory was not enough when
They
they were
didn't do it
favored by
fast enough.
29.
They didn't do it fast enough. They got a late touchdown.
Right,
to get
exactly.
it.
It took too long.
I tell you what, in games like that, in college, you want the starters in. You don't want the backups in because the backups come in hungry. They want to score too. So it's worse for you if the backups come in.
Yeah. Well, and actually, and for Miami, the backups did come in and they played really well against Stanford. Gerard Pringle, freshman running back, scored a touchdown. Chris Wheatley-Humphrey, another young running back, had a good game. The young defenders, they put all the backup defense in, played well. The backup offensive line played well. But you like games like that, Lee. I mean, as a fan and as a coach, you like them because you get a chance to give some guys experience.
You get a guy an opportunity to play because the way it works now, if a guy doesn't play right away, he think he can go somewhere and play, he'll leave.
Yeah. Oh, it happens all over the country.
All over the country. Like, and the thing I hate about that is, the only thing I hate about that is this. I got to work harder to get on the field, right?
Yeah.
It has a sense of feeling of entitlement that I'm not playing, so I'm going to go somewhere else where I could play because the coach going to promise you the same thing. But then when you get there, you're going to say you got to earn it here too.
Oh, I've seen it happen so many times where like a player leaves. So it doesn't, not just Miami, everywhere player leaves. They think I'm going to hit it big at my next spot, and then it gets worse and worse. Like, former Miami quarterback Jake Garcia, like he played at like 3 different spots after Miami, never hit anywhere. Jakari Brown has had a tough time getting on the field at UCF since he left. So it happens. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Leroy is a Gen X covert narcissist. I mean, there's nothing covert about. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy Leroy. I enjoy the perspective he brings to the table.
But this is not like, you know what? I just have a conversation like me and Vlad have regular conversations about regular stuff, right? Like I don't know what y'all want me to talk about, right?
Covert narcissist. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what that means.
I don't know.
He said he's a proud caveman.
Yeah.
You're one. You're either one.
You know why?
You're not in between.
I would say you know why I'm a caveman, right? Because I have gotten past the point of actually trying to um, give you guys insight on football, because if you want to say I'm a caveman, when we start talking about football and I tell you how things are, right? You just revert to your caveman. So you're just as guilty of it as I am.
See, not me. I've enjoyed actually your breakdowns a lot. Like when we talked about
I don't
running
think
A
that's why they're
gap and B
calling you a
gap earlier
caveman,
this
though.
week.
Because I'm a simpleton. I like
No,
simple things. Right?
no.
I like candy. Oh, because
Mhm.
the way I feel about Junior Mints being a chick thing.
Yeah, it's those kind of views that make you a caveman, and that's what they're referring to,
I
not
mean,
your
mint
whole
chocolate chip,
views on football.
mint chocolate chip, and Junior Mints. I stand by it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think statistically, I'm going to break down the numbers though when we come back.
We can get the
Statistically,
numbers. Listen,
this is
Crunch them up.
yeah. Crunch 'em.
sometimes the truth hurts. It's okay. It's
Uh-uh.
okay.
Uh-uh.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Listen. You know what? You send
Just
me a
because
picture.
you repeat it doesn't mean it's
Send me a
right.
picture
Leroy.
next time you see a guy loving up on some
Oh,
Junior
please.
Mints.
Let's go to break before.
All right, I'm going to crunch the numbers when we
He's
come back.
single.
Tobin
He's
and
loving
Leroy
some
Show,
chicken
FM
too.
1043
Yeah, no play.
WQAM.
He gets no loving.
Welcome back into the Tobin and Leroy Show. I did, as promised, I spent a large portion of the commercial break doing research on mint chocolate chip ice cream. And before I give you the results, let me just say, JFig, I think you're going to owe Leroy an apology here.
No.
So I asked Gemini AI, are women more likely to like mint chocolate chip ice cream? The answer is yes. Women are more likely to prefer mint chocolate chip compared to men. A 2018 survey highlighted that the demographic profile of a mint chocolate chip lover tends to be middle-aged white female. According to a 2013 Harris poll, they found that mint chocolate chip was the second most popular flavor among women, with 23% choosing it as favorite. 27% chose regular chocolate. In contrast, men's preferences lean towards vanilla as their narrow favorite, which is it seems a little shenanigan-like to me. I don't know too many people choosing vanilla, but
You see, basic, and also you're asking a robot based. You're asking a robot. Also, they become very biased the more you ask them questions.
In all my years of living, I have done one thing: pay attention. That's it.
Yeah.
And I make these.
It's true, JFig.
I make these evaluations.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not gonna go ahead.
I didn't
and just
say
give
you.
My opinion on that.
I didn't say
Oh.
you though.
No, none.
I didn't say you. Like, for the most part. Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
but now you're out here addressing it all gender.
I've never heard a guy say, "Ooh, I'm gonna go to the store and get me a bar of dark chocolate."
Well, you know what? I've seen guys go out and get mint flavored things. So
yeah, mints.
Like, yeah, for your
No.
breath.
So they can.
don't tell me what I've seen and what I haven't.
Well, don't tell me what I've seen.
Ooh.
You're basically telling me that.
Well, okay, Leroy, but once again, you're out here addressing it and putting a gender on things and being very aggressive with it. And
No,
I
I'm
don't
not.
like it. Is what
Okay.
I've been saying.
Okay, but what I said was accurate.
Looking down on women is
No,
how I
not-
see it.
Oh, I don't know about
wait
that.
a minute.
Oh, get out
Hold
of here.
on.
Look, you're just trying to make
Hold
yourself
on.
seem right.
-1.
You love making yourself seem right all the time. What are you talking
No.
about?
I wasn't wrong.
You can minus me all you want for sass, boy. I will continue.
I wasn't wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right. By the way,
That doesn't make me
I
wrong
live-
either.
I live with 3 women
Okay.
who fit the demographic, and guess what they like? Hey, you want ice cream?
That's your
Hey,
household.
please.
My household has never had that.
I'm not saying every. He said
Yes,
it
you
was-
are. You said women.
Yes.
All women.
Okay, so we found one that doesn't.
Mm-mm.
The majority of the numbers say that my numbers are accurate.
You're
Not
right.
Backed
all
by
women.
facts.
Let it go, Leroy. Let it go, Leroy. You're
I'm
right.
gonna let it go.
Let it go.
Okay.
You'll never win with me here.
You're not.
Okay. Okay.
You're dealing with logic here.
Yep. I'm gonna go get you next time I see you.
You're dealing with
I'm gonna
logic.
meet you with a big bowl of mint chocolate chip ice cream
Well,
And
gonna
some
stay right
dark-
there, boy.
and some
throw
dark
hands.
chocolate. And dark chocolate.
Okay.
You like dark chocolate too?
Mm.
Okay. Hey, Vlad, have you ever gone to the store and said, "Ooh, I'm gonna get me some dark chocolate. It's so much better"? Nope.
No.
Yeah.
I remember
Mike
for a
speaking.
while there was this craze of people
mint
trying to claim
chocolate.
that dark chocolate was healthy, and so people, I think both genders embraced it for a while, and then eventually men got sick of it.
Yeah. Listen, when I eat candy, my taste buds are getting ready for sweet.
Mm.
Right?
Not
Can't
bitter,
say that, and
sweet.
all you go for is sour.
Not with chocolate. I'm just saying. Chocolate. When I go get some chocolate, I don't want sweet. I don't want bitter.
You're right, Leroy.
Would you like to hear from totally shifting gears from this new ESPN article that came out today on the state of the Dolphins and can Mike McDaniel rally the troops? It's kind of inside on Mike McDaniel's hot seat. So it gets interesting. This story was written by Marcel Louis-Jacques, who covers the Dolphins for ESPN. He noted, Mike McDaniel meets with team owner Stephen Ross after every game, and McDaniel has acknowledged that he's acknowledged Ross's frustration after the team loses. But a team source said to Louis-Jacques that Ross's disappointment with the results doesn't mean he's in any rush to fire McDaniel. The source said Ross is patient and a believer in the process. There's a limit, but Ross will remain tolerant as long as there are clear steps toward improvement. Multiple players said the team still believes in McDaniel. Cornerback Jack Jones said the team's process is good. Their main issue, numerous Dolphins players said, is execution. Quote, I think we make small changes, but you don't change the whole thing, Jones said. It's just a situation where you don't overthink it. We've got a good team. I feel like we got good coaches. We're calling good plays. We just have to execute. Once the coaches eliminate bad plays and the players eliminate bad plays, I think it'll be a lot better. The whole player speak thing is not that interesting to me, but the part about was that you heard that noise I made? I don't know what that was. I flipped against a spring here. But to the part about Stephen Ross, kind of having patience and not being in any rush to fire McDaniel. I mean, what do you think, Leroy, it would take to test that patience, right? Because Dolphin fans want changes despite what happened last week.
I think there's a fine line between making changes and being patient simply because let's think about what the solutions are. In most cases, the way we are now with sports, the solution is another Mike McDaniel, right? Another up-and-comer. Because if you get an old coach or a retread's going to come in and want all the power. So that's where you are. And so I understand why he's going to be patient. I understand that he doesn't really need to make a decision until the end of the year because, like, the only thing that making a decision now would do is what? The players are playing for the guy, right? So I get why he's being patient. There's probably some things that, and here's the other thing. He might already be talking about changes. He's just not doing it now. That's it. Like, we don't know what he's thinking. I do appreciate his loyalty, though. Like, you would want your boss to be that way while understanding you better get your butt in gear. Yeah. Like the two don't have to be here. The two don't have to be the same thing, meaning that just because he's patient doesn't mean he's going to put up with it forever. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's fired coaches before, so yeah.
Right. It just means that he's not, he's going to sit back and evaluate it, and I appreciate that. Like, you should all appreciate that. You don't want an owner making quick decisions based on the vibe of the fan base right now. You don't want that. You want him to like be patient with it. Now, there'll come a time where he has to. Look, it comes a time where everybody has to make that decision, right? He's not exempt to that. However, what's out there? And I always ask people this. With Vlad, we have these conversations all the time, right? I say, okay, who else do you want to bring in? Ross has been terrible. Can I just say this? You do realize Stephen Ross is not making those decisions, right?
But isn't that part of the problem, though? Because he's the owner? Like, he needs to have the right people making those decisions?
Go look around at all the owners.
That doesn't fall on him?
Go look at all the owners making decisions and look at where their franchises are.
Well, I mean, there's some good franchises.
Go! With owners making decisions. Go.
Well, I mean, the Steelers have always been a good franchise.
They're not run, but they're not. Their owners hire people and step back.
Well, fine. So hire the right people then.
Okay, but here's the deal. How long have they been wanting to run their coach out of town? Tomlin.
Yeah, I mean,
Long
it's
time.
happened before.
And you know what they say? This is our show, right?
I mean, yeah, but
We
I'd
run it.
much rather have a long leash with Mike Tomlin than Mike McDaniel.
Okay, but okay, and let's also ask you this: when you look at all the teams that Pittsburgh has had, right? Have the Dolphins had anything close to that? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I understand.
it's the decisions from all around, right? So when you talk about Cowboys are relevant, they're relevant because they're the most expensive franchise. They ain't relevant because they're good.
Yeah.
Because that owner just got rid of their best defensive player, and now they're a sieve.
Would you like to hear the top NFL coaching candidates and tell me if any of these tickle your fancy?
I'll break them down. Go.
Okay. They break it down here: offensive minded, defensive minded. So offensive minded first, Ben Johnson, formerly the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. This doesn't make any sense because he's so some of these don't make any sense.
Is he a head coach already? Right?
Yeah, he
Isn't
is.
he
That's
in,
why I'm like,
he's
this
Chicago?
doesn't make any sense.
Isn't he in Chicago?
Yeah, he is. That's why I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Cliff
Well,
Kingsbury.
is it
currently,
from last year? Is it from last year?
This might be from last year. Well, Cliff Kingsbury's not currently a head coach. Joe Brady is not currently
he's
a
the
head
offensive
coach.
coordinator in Washington.
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator in Washington.
And he had an opportunity, so you would need to know how has he changed from that college offense, and is it more NFL ready, right? There's that. So that you still haven't keep going.
Let's see.
Also the same age as Mike McDaniel.
One of the names on the list is Brian Flores. That's not happening here, obviously.
Right.
Let's see. Mike McCarthy, Bill Belichick. No, thank you. Steve Spagnuolo, who's currently the defensive coordinator with the Chiefs.
He had a chance. Maybe you think he'll be better this time?
No. Yeah, none of these names are exciting me,
right.
honestly.
So what's going to happen?
Dolphin fans will throw in Jon Gruden, but doesn't excite me.
Really? He's got an issue right now, right?
I mean, yeah.
I think isn't he fighting the NFL for the money?
Didn't he win that already, or it's been settled?
Yeah.
I think it's settled.
No, it's not settled. I think they're opening. They could read the emails. His case is not settled. His case is back being an open case now, and like the emails and everything is going to be let out. And I think the NFL doesn't want those emails to be let out because it might.
I don't think Gruden wants the emails let out either.
No. Here's a name. You want Rex Ryan, Mike Shula, Robert Saleh?
I'd bring in Mike Shula just for the last name. I'd give him a chance. Some Shula magic.
Okay.
And there's multiple Shula sons. We should bring them all in.
You say Mike McCarthy? Really?
No.
Hey, Mike McCarthy's good, man.
I didn't say he would. No, Vlad. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I'm not saying that. But understand that of all these names, is there anything that jumps out at you like, okay, that's going to be a game changer? So if you understand this and you see what's available, how you know the owner's not like, we might as well at least just see it through the end of the year?
Well, I mean, clearly he's going to see it through the end of the year.
I could see him getting to the end of the year at this point. Yeah. If they really wanted to do an in season, the timing would have been like 2 weeks ago.
And just because he's saying I'm not making any changes now, don't mean. And here you go, RV Richie, kick the tires. Kick the tires is we're going to have you as a loser organization for the next 10 years.
Kick the tires.
Kick the tires. Good organizations don't kick tires.
Let's kick it off to this last break. I got to get ready for this game.
Yeah, that's solid, Vlad. Solid segue. All right,
I see. Wait, did Jennifer give a little?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Why are you so? Okay, let's go.
Did it 3 times.
Let's go to break. Let's go to break.
We'll wrap up the Tobin and Leroy show, FM 104.3 WQAM.
She's going to get a mint ice cream.
Okay, hold on. Am I on? I just watched my homework assignment from yesterday that I almost forgot to do, but JFig sent me the video of your and Leroy's TikTok, the lip syncing, and I said, "Ah, yeah, yeah." Leroy, you have a future in the TikTok game, my friend. That was outstanding.
I was literally like, and you see how bad she's talking to me, right? And then yesterday, hey, can you do me a favor?
It wasn't yesterday. It was Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh yeah.
And you asked me, what can I do to make you happier? And I said,
gold.
Perfect. Do a
I mean,
TikTok with me.
That was incredible. How long? Like, I don't even know. How long does it take to film something like that?
2 seconds.
It was
Really?
2 seconds because
Wait,
it was during break.
Because hold on. Let me tell you something about she said, you know what?
He's about to blame me for something I had no control over. Let's go. Go say it. Go.
Let's do it again. Let's do it.
I wanted to do it again to see if we got a better shot because Mr. didn't do his homework and did not rehearse any of the lines that I sent him.
My homework, you gave it to me 5 minutes earlier in the day.
I thought that was pretty good.
Lie about that.
You gave it to me earlier in the day.
I gave it to you when you asked me, and then we filmed right before the show ended. You had about 3 hours or more to learn 2 lines.
I was doing a radio show.
No.
I thought he did a pretty damn good job. Listen, JFig's lip syncing was clearly better because she clearly put more prep into it. But Leroy was pretty good for like 5 minutes of prep, I'll say.
He literally prepped on the way downstairs.
Right.
That was him not listening to me when I gave him the lines 3 hours ahead.
All right, I got you.
Before
you're gonna say
something,
you say the honest truth, boy.
I am.
Huh.
She's in on you.
No, because he's out here trying to say that I gave it to him on the way downstairs. No, I didn't.
I feel like I contributed to this animosity.
I'm sorry, I was busy. The last thing on my mind was
busy. You were
let me learn this lines for the TikTok.
God, she's looking at you like
like
she's the middle linebacker and you're about to hit the she want to tear you.
You know what? Next time you want to do a TikTok,
tick.
Get the cropper.
Okay, I'll do it myself.
You can't do both parts.
I can. Okay. And better.
I think most.
Oh wow, she said. And
I'll learn the lines.
Okay. Wow. Why are you so angry today?
I'm not angry. I'm just telling you the truth.
She does seem a little angry. But hold on. But before we wrap up, we'll try to work through our issues tomorrow, right? Because we're almost out of time. Let's get some picks real quick for tonight. 2 games tonight. Miami Heat, 6.5-point underdogs now at San Antonio. By the way, Nikola Jovic has been upgraded to probable with his hip contusion, so he'll probably play. But Norman Powell probably will not. He indicated to beat writers today he will not play. So Heat plus 6.5. Miami Dolphins plus 7.5. Leroy, who's winning? Who's covering?
You know what? I'm going to take the Dolphins and the Heat.
Right.
I just think it's going to be a high score. It's going to be a high scoring game with the Heat. I take money line with the Heat. I'll take the points with the Dolphins.
Okay.
I like it's something about Lamar. You got to give him his flowers. Like that dude is a different animal. Now here's what's crazy. They always play the Ravens pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
we're getting 2 dubs tonight.
So I'm like, if I did a little chili pepper, I'd do money line. That probably pay really good. Right? Just a little chili pepper, just something to keep my interest going. I'm going to be at Funky Buddha. I think I'm going to go see Hawk.
Okay.
Everybody say they got good food. I'm going there.
They do.
I'm going to tell you right now. Funky Buddha, Hawk, whoever going to be there, I am going there to get my eat on.
They have good food. You'll like it.
Okay.
Do they have candy?
No.
I don't think so.
JFig, Vlad, real quick. We getting wins tonight? South Florida wins?
For sure. I agree with Leroy, despite him thinking I'm upset with him.
No.
What, Vlad?
No, I'm just saying the Spurs and the Ravens will
Hmm.
win.
Okay.
I don't see a South Florida win. I do see one of them covering.
Hater alert.
Ooh, you would see Vlad. I think Vlad would say the Heat will cover more than the Dolphins will cover.
I actually think the Dolphins will cover more than the Heat.
Okay,
Only
okay.
because like you said, you've been saying Ravens, even though they are getting healthy, you are what you are. You're 2-5. So is there a better chance? I feel like the Dolphins could score in the Ravens defense. Yes. I wonder about the Heat. Can they continue this firepower without Norman Powell being there?
Right.
And then you got to deal with Wemby and his unbelievable up.
Although they've been pretty good with Wemby.
Yeah, but it's a big game on Khalil. And this is why, if Khalil has a big game, Tobin, you'll never hear the end of it. Tobin
You'll never hear from me too, because I need Spo to stop playing games with his bigs.
But if he doesn't, then then Spo will have something to talk about, and people will be like, well, that's the reason why. But 2 entertaining games tonight, so South Florida will be very entertaining.
Hawk, Crowder, Solana coming your way next. We'll have Game Day Uncensored pregame at around 4:15 later. So busy day on the radio station, Heat on the station as well. Keep it right here. We'll talk to you guys next time on Tobin and Leroy tomorrow on FM 104.3 WQAM.